Peter in Provo said, "Did you fade that out because it's long?"
That's where it.
That's where it goes, kind of.
Yeah. I mean, it could go further. It's like there's a 7 or 8 minute version of it.
Because on this day, I am Wonder Mike, and I'd like to say hello. It's Wonder Mike's birthday. Born in 1957. His real name is Michael Anthony Wright.
Big Bank Hank, Wonder Mike Wright, and Master G. O'Brien. Guy Master G. O'Brien, the original members of the Sugarhill Gang. Sugarhill, named after the place in the neighborhood in Harlem where they were from. And the group is still together. Today they consist of Wonder Mike, Master G, Hen Dog, DJ T Dynasty, and Ethiopian King. And they recently performed, well, not so recently, but they did Rapper's Delight on Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Did?
A couple of years ago. About 5 years ago, it looks like. So there you go, Sugarhill Gang.
Kind of the first big hip-hop crossover pop chart.
It really was the introduction of to America of rap music.
1979.
Hip-hop. And Blondie, Debbie Harry had a lot to do with it. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, Nile Rodgers with Chic, the Chic background there. He lent that to the whole project, and apparently Debbie Harry took Nile Rodgers to the Sugarhill Gang show, and
said, "See,
look at these
you should
guys.
Do some of that.
These guys are really good." And he said, "Well, they are good. Mm-hmm. They were Blondie and Chic were playing concerts with the Clash in New York." At the Palladium.
How fun would that have been to see?
And Chic started playing Good Times, and rapper Fab Five Freddy and the members of the Sugarhill Gang jumped up on the stage and started freestyling with the band. And that's how it all happened.
And then Kid Rock ruined it all.
Mm-hmm. Kid Rock ruins everything.
He does.
Kid Rock's biggest hit was stealing from the Sugarhill Gang.
Yeah.
He must have had to pay them money for that.
I hope.
He must have.
Well, why don't you find out?
Let me see.
I think you can probably look that up.
I'm going to ask the Google machine.
Ask the machine, and I bet it'll tell you whether Kid Rock had plenty of money, so he had plenty of money before he started being Kid Rock. What's his name?
He comes from a rich family.
There is no indication that Kid Rock has ever paid the Sugarhill Gang. There are no financial transactions between them.
Well, then they should sue him.
Absolutely.
There's a sort of a culture of, well, we can borrow this and you can borrow that.
Yeah, I mean the beat from this song is actually borrowed as well.
Yeah, I guarantee you that Kid Rock didn't have a gentleman's agreement with Sugarhill Gang.
No, I don't think he had that would be impossible because he's not a gentleman. He's Kid Rock.
I want justice for the Sugarhill Gang.
Kid Rock is he's not a gentleman. He's something that you find on the bottom of your shoe.
That really makes me mad.
Yeah, you sound mad.
I don't?
No, you don't really. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. That's exactly what I was saying.
There was some harumphing.
Oh.
Harumph. There. Where?
I didn't get a harumph out of you.
I don't think. I think my guess is the Sugarhill Gang just said, whatever.
They shouldn't.
Well,
sue them. Wonder Mike, I want you to sue Kid Rock. Get on that.
I'm too tired. I can't. I'm not suing anybody.
It's my birthday lawsuit.
Yeah. So how old is he today? Is his birthday today?
Yeah. 1957 he was born.
So he's
Don't make me
late
do math.
60s.
Late 60s.
Late 60s. Late 60s, early 70s. Right around in there somewhere.
In there.
I really like that a lot, though. I hadn't heard it for a long time.
Over in that stack of vinyl, I'd have to dig to find it. There is a Chevy Chase comedy album.
Oh, really?
Where he...
Is it funny?
He does a version of it called Rapper's Plight, as opposed to Delight. And he plays all the different parts of people at a party, but rapping.
Ah, okay.
Is it amusing?
It's kind of amusing. I hate to admit it.
Well, you know.
It's okay to admit two things, that Chevy Chase can be funny and he's a jerk. Those two things can be true.
He was funny at one time. He's not funny anymore.
No, now he's just old and mean.
He's just crotchety.
Yeah.
Just crotchety.
I'll have to see if I can find that and play it for you. Not the whole thing, just a little bit. And it kind of breaks our song parody rule.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe I won't.
Yeah, don't do it.
I'll pass on that. Okay, then. Let's just do this.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
Time to take a break. Take a break and collect our thoughts and figure out where we're going from here. We'd like your guidance on that. Check in with us and tell us where to go. That's what we'd like you to do. Check in and tell us where to go, or anything else you'd like to say. 877-602-9696 is the number to check in with the Radio from Hell show. We do like to hear from you briefly in the morning. You can also check in by texting us. Many of you choose to do that. The number is 33986.
Tracy Aviary, right about this time of the morning is when the birds start to wake up. And they start making, the chirping and the sounds that they make. 589 East, 1300 South. This is the type you like to walk by and just listen.
It's so peaceful.
Yeah, but you can go in there. Southwest corner of Liberty Park is where they're located. Learn more and plan your visit at tracyaviary.org. A place to experience a world of birds and its habitats and oasis of tranquility and natural surprises. Right in Liberty Park, Tracy Aviary, home to over 300 birds, representing more than 100 different species from around the world, including many that are endangered or extinct in the wild. Extinct, excuse me. That's very different, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Guests can enjoy interactive bird shows, keeper demonstrations, animal encounters, behind-the-scenes exhibit tours, all kinds of things happening at Tracy Aviary. Go to their website, tracyaviary.org, get your tickets there, look for the hours, and go visit them.
It's often said that people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah word of the day, and today's word is...
Well, today there will be lots of Utah words in this exchange between the mayor of Mona, Utah, Don Criddle, and his son, Denver. Don is beginning planning for a community celebration when Denver rushes into the office.
Daddy!
What
Daddy, I got to talk to you. It's real important.
That better be important, boy. I'm right in the middle of getting stuff ready for the annual Lavender Days celebration.
Well, Daddy, that is coincidental because Lavender Days is what I wanted to talk to you about. I know the Lavender Days beauty pageant, it's a big part of the festivities, and the Lavender Days queen and her court, very important because they have official duties all year long.
Well, this is true. Right after this year's pageant, as a matter of fact, there's to be a dedication and ribbon cutting at the new Mona City landfill, and we'll need the Lavender Queen there to officiate. We need to have a real solid pageant this year without all of the problems of years past.
Oh, that's the truth. Last year's pageant was a real crap show for sure. The MC ruined everything. He got the girls' names wrong, made the judges mad, and then announced the wrong name as the winner. So Ellen cried when it turned out she didn't win, and it was really Audrey who was the new Lavender Queen.
Well, I thought Sam Baskin would be a great MC. He's real funny when I go down to the dairy and buy milk from him. And he gives a real good talk in church.
But he ain't a professional, and that's what I am proposing. We need professionalism in the MC position. As a matter of fact, we need two professionalisms.
Who do you mean?
I think the perfect MC team for the Queen contest is Captain Breakfast and Benny the Egg from KVOM 1493.5 on your AM dial. They ain't working right now because their radio tower is still missing, so they have time. And they told me I could judge the swimsuit part of the pageant competition.
Now, Denver, first of all, you know that you are no longer allowed to be closer to them girls than the back row of the auditorium. And second of all, them two radio jokers are no friends of mine, disrespecting the office of mayor and making fun of the criddle name.
Daddy, they promised me that if they could get this gig, they would go easy on you when they get back on the airwaves. And they said they would give me a job as a stunt boy on their show.
No son of mine.
Oh, don't worry, Daddy. Nobody's going to know it's me. They're going to give me a kind of disguise to wear, and then they're going to give me a new name. When I'm on the show with them, I'll be Dinky the Danger Dude.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah Word of the Day.
Nine eight six.
6:23. Let's get this over with.
Huh.
What?
Nothing. Listen, the moon, we'll tell you about that in a second, and we'll introduce the show completely. But we want your check-ins. 877-602-9696 is the number to check in with the Radio from Hell show. Why don't you do that now? You can also text us at 33986. Do we have a sponsor?
X96 welcomes Andy Bell of Erasure November 21st at the Marquee in Park City. There's more information and ticket links at x96.com.
The moon is on its way to being full, but it's only 10.8% of full right now, a waxing crescent moon. The moon will rise today at 8:16 a.m., today being Wednesday. It's the 30th day of April in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2025. It's Honesty Day.
I swear.
That's rich, isn't it? Honesty Day. It's Mr.
Such a
Potato
lonely
Head Day.
word.
Yes, honesty. It's Mr. Potato Head Day. Mr. Potato Head becomes the first toy to be advertised on television in April 30th of 1952. National Raisin Day. National Oatmeal Cookie Day.
Well, those go together, don't they?
I like them.
I like oatmeal raisin cookies.
I like them a lot. And it is the Mass of Saint Walpurga, or Walpurgis Night.
I don't know this.
It is a traditional Walpurgis Night ritual which involves the burning of an effigy of a witch on a campfire to keep the witches away.
What's wrong? Why keep the witches away?
Because witches are evil.
No, they're nice witches.
Okay, Gina, speak. Why don't you have a few moments here and speak for witches? What?
I know we have witches who listen to this show, and I'm sticking up for you.
No, those are Wiccans, Gina.
Oh,
those are Wiccans. So anyway, this is an all-new edition of the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio. It's Kerry Jackson right there. I'm Bill Allred. Over there is witch lover Gina Barberi. Katie for short is our fine producer, and who's helping out today? It is, Allison is in there, and the dog is in there too. Probably, there he goes, going down. Man, I've had a hard morning.
Do you guys have to turn around 3 times before you lay down? No?
No.
Just once.
Just
usually.
once? Just one time?
Because I'm smarter than a dog.
All right, well, now we'll go to your check-ins, 877-602-9696. Or text check-ins if you like, 33986.
Sketchy Blake of Ogden checking in. Today is the last day of in-office work. They're closing the office, sending us all to work from home.
That's the opposite of what
is
most
usually
people are having.
Sketchy Blake, you work for the IRS? Aaron from Ogden. Ever since the Muppets did a version of Wonder Mike's song, I cannot hear anything other than the Swedish chef singing Hip-Hop You Don't Stop. Mixer driver Shane checking in from Orem. Levi in Coachella Valley checking in. Happy Wednesday.
Hello.
Zane of Dallas checking in. Watched Ocean's 13 last night.
You're watching them all.
Ocean's 8 is tonight. Can you ask Dr. Cobble if he has any must-goes? See, there he is promoting 2 different things right there.
We are doing things that must go in about a half an hour. You still have time. We have a stack, but if you get one in real quick, maybe we'll read it. Radio from hell at x96.com, but must go in the subject.
All right. Bus driver Troy checking in. Kilroy was here checking in from the most pleasant of groves. Troy of Riverton checking in. Happy birthday to my grandson Knox, who is a 3rd-generation listener.
Knox. I had a professor named Knox. His first name was Knox, last name was Fowler. Knox Fowler.
Richard, who's not a dick, checking in. DJ Ron the Carpenter is on board. Austin of North Ogden here, getting ready to seize the MFing day, bitches.
You go get it.
Semper Fi, buddy.
I think he meant witches, Austin. Happy 11th birthday from Knox. Let's see. This week had been crawling by. Please, Lords, expedite this nonsense. Post haste. It's from Sid.
Does seem slow this week.
Yeah. Didn't expect to bust a move while farting around. Emmett the pool guy.
It happens sometimes.
Patrick, the friendly neighborhood middle school teacher, checking in. First day of state testing done, and so am I. Bryce of the most Spanish of Forks says, you guys can go straight to the top.
Well, thanks.
Meshach of Erda checking in. Good luck to Judge today. Safe travels to the game.
Oh, it's in Richfield.
Judge Memorial.
What is it? Is it what kind of game?
Soccer.
Soccer.
Richfield.
Sending all them city kids down to the country?
Yeah.
That ain't a good idea.
Well, the Richfield kids are tough.
I
They
know.
are. They learn it from them
And
coal mining kids in Price.
if they win the Richfield game, they have to play Ogden. And Ogden's tough.
They're tough. Dan of Evanston checking in. Johnny B checking in, listening while gathering up and stacking wood scraps for a medium bonfire. It's that time of year again. Y'all have a happy Walpurgisnacht.
Yeah, burn a witch in effigy.
Yeah. Dr. Neil checking in. Mike in Nashville. Mikel of Reno. Farting around literally had me dancing on my morning walk. Meg the musician checking in. Kelly from the centerist of Villes checking in. Richard that is a dick checking in. Running late for work at the trash heap. Thaddeus from the sandiest of Sandies. Chef Roy checking in. I stand with the witches and the Wiccans and the warlocks.
Sure.
Kendrick the therapist. Ogden Oscar.
That's fine. You guys want to associate with witches.
Spade from Roy.
You want to make them
pay.
mad, Bill? I don't want to make them mad. I want to be their friend.
I want to banish witches.
Let's see. Cement Dave checking in. Lacey, Alice, and Lily checking in from Spanish Fork. Everybody's here. Let's begin, shall we?
All right.
Right Wing Wade checking in from I-15, both lanes moving along well. Thanks, Wade. Wade's usually our first Infiniteam member checking in, but you all are members, so please let me know what you're seeing. Everything looks like it's moving well now. UDOT not reporting any accidents or slowdowns, but if you see something, let us know. 33986.
All right. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after some messages and a song with Big Boy News and our Dead Celebrity game, Frank Christ Presents, coming up. RanLife.com/X96.
It is here. It is home buying time. RanLife is a local mortgage company, and if you want to buy a home, either your first home or you maybe you want to upgrade, RanLife has the program for you. They've slashed their floor rate on the 3-in-1 adjustable rate mortgage to 3.25%. That's 5.98 APR. That's right, 3.25%, and you can get you started on your home ownership journey with lower payments up front. And whether you're a first-time buyer or making a move, the 3-in-1 adjustable rate mortgage gives you a lot of flexibility. It helps you get into your dream home right now. The perfect way to start your home buying season, arming yourself with a 3-in-1 adjustable rate mortgage from RanLife. Don't wait. Get the details right now. All you have to do is go to this website to find out more. It's ranlife.com/X96. That's ranlife.com/. Let's see, Bill Frost is here today, isn't he?
Yes.
To talk about TV coming up. Got boners coming up. Things around my house are odd sometimes, you know?
No.
Now, if you go to my Twitter, at RFHBill, I've got a couple of pictures there that I tweeted this morning. One you've seen before. I don't know if Katie had time to get it up, but I came walking downstairs a couple of weeks. No, didn't have time.
No.
Came walking downstairs. It was a couple of weeks ago, and there was a mummified something there sitting in a chair that my kid had made. And, you know, it's just so the other day I hear him say this, don't mess with this ear, okay? I don't want anybody messing with it. It's right here by the stairs. Don't mess with that ear. And there's a picture of it, x96.com/live. There it is, a bloody, severed ear.
A bloody, severed ear.
Right there.
So he left it out
Yeah.
in a common area
Yeah.
and
Yes.
warned everyone not to mess with it.
Don't mess with the ear. And so I guess, I'm not sure the reason he left it out. I think it was so he would not forget it. He needed to take it somewhere. But he created this bloody, severed ear.
Are you sure it's not a real bloody, severed ear?
I'm not positive because I didn't touch it.
Well, you weren't allowed to touch it.
No, I didn't want to mess
I
with it.
think your son needs a laboratory.
Yes.
Well,
A room in the house where all of these things can be created and live.
I don't look in his bedroom anymore. because it's too horrifying. And he
It's
did
overflowing into the rest of the house.
Well, kind of. And he did have a room in the house, a big one that he called his shop, and he pretty much ruined it, so it's not useful for anybody at this point. So he does most of that stuff, I think, at his work.
But sometimes he brings work home.
Sometimes
like
he
we
does.
all do.
He works at the Fear Factory, and you think, well, it's not Halloween. Oh, he's there. He works there year round. There's always stuff to do, apparently. And he builds a lot of the props and things like that. So I asked him, so what? Okay, what's the ear for? I made it for a friend of mine.
For a friend.
And I said, oh, well, what?
This isn't for work at all.
No.
Oh.
No, he said, well, he's going to use it in his act. And I said, well, what does he do? And he said, I don't know. I'm not sure. He just said he needed a bloody severed ear. So I said I'd make him one.
You know anyone that can make me a bloody severed ear?
No, he knew Gabriel could do it. Little Bill could do it. So can you get me a bloody severed ear? No problem.
I'm on it.
Yeah. So if you want to see,
I can get you a toad.
Yeah. It's just and this happens with some frequency. You see these.
And does it scare you when you walk in a room and see?
No, I'm used to it.
Oh.
I'm used to it. It was a little disconcerting when I came down the stairs, though, and there was this full. I mean, if she had been, I think it was a she. This desiccated skeleton with actually false teeth, dentures, and a stringy wig and flesh. She was sitting down on a chair at the bottom of the stairs. But I think if she had stood up, she probably would have been 7 feet tall.
You know, you're the master of this house.
No, I'm not. What do you?
You could say, I don't want to come down at night and see.
Who are you kidding? What?
You pay the mortgage. You could throw that around. I pay the mortgage.
That matters not. That matters not. I'm the master of nothing, Gina. I'm not even the master of my own domain. I'm the master of nothing at my house. And it's just the way it goes. But that's, you live with he's good at it, too. That's the thing. He's really good at making these macabre props. And
he's found a place that is
he has
appreciative of his talent.
He has. And I don't think he makes great money, but he makes money doing it. He gets a regular paycheck, and they love him. And I think that at some point, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up running the place or
like
owning
works
it,
his way up.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's very well thought of there, and they appreciate him.
And he started very young.
A bloody severed foot.
There he is. Which we're to blame, sort of, because that bloody severed foot was a prop from some movie they were promoting, My Bloody Valentine, I can't remember, but it came to the radio station, and it
brought it home,
a latex foot. Well, nobody here wanted it, and I said, well, I know somebody who will want it.
My kid would love a bloody severed foot.
And I think when we recorded that, he was probably 7 or 8 years old.
He was a twerp.
Oh, it's a bloody severed foot.
That's very exciting.
He was so excited. You know, the interesting thing about him, too, is that, and I don't think you'll mind me saying this, when he was little, he was horrified by haunted houses. He could not go in them. He wouldn't. Took the longest time, and he'd beat himself up. You know, I'm going to do it this time. I'm going to do it this time. Yeah. And he'd start to go in, and then he'd just... And he couldn't do it. And then he'd just go, oh, I can't do it. And he'd just get so frustrated. And then finally, one time, triumphant, he did it. And it was off to the races.
And once you learn how all that stuff is done, it's not scary. You're more fascinated with how they did that effect or, whatever it is.
And he can tell you more about dark rides than anybody. I mean, he knows the guy who did the dark ride at Lagoon, the terror.
The terror ride?
Yeah. Apparently, he's dead now, but apparently he was a fairly well-known dark ride creator and did that kind of thing. And, he knows all about that stuff.
I just remember as a kid, I saw Jaws, gave me nightmares. And then Mom and Dad, we went to visit Uncle Cal in California. And he said, let's go to Universal Studios. And they said, oh, there's the Jaws part. That's, are you sure it's going to be okay? And I said, we'll see what I can do. And it was, scary.
Yeah.
The mechanical shark. But then I started learning how all that stuff was done. And I went, oh, it's movie magic. It's stories. That's all. It's not real.
Yeah, I still won't go in the ocean.
I know how effects like dismemberment and gunshots and all. I know how that they do that, but it still affects me when I see it in a movie or something. It's like,
yeah,
I get fairly squeamish with that sort of thing. I watch it, but.
On this day in 1968, Ben Ayers, guitarist and vocalist for the British indie rock band Corner Shop, was born.
Anybody?
What?
Anybody have any idea what that song's about?
Doesn't everybody need a bosom for a pillow?
What's a brimful of Asher on the 45?
It's reference to a record.
It is?
Or 45.
Oh, 45
yeah.
RPM? What's a brimful of Asher?
That sounds, well, a brimful would, I'm just guessing, context clues, a full cup, a brimful, maybe it's a kind of coffee.
Brim.
This is what I fill it to the rim with brim, remember?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was going to look it up, but I was busy doing something else.
All right. Time now for some big boy news and innuendo. But right after that, it's Frank Christ presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine, the Dead Celebrity Game. We're going to give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of those celebrities are just fine. One of them is dead. If you pick the dead one correctly, you're going to win a prize. What is that?
The prize is tickets to see Andy Bell of Erasure coming November 21st to the Marquee.
Pretty good. Andy Bell tickets, 877-602-9696. All you got to do is play Frank Christ Presents. Coming up after this big boy news, 877-602-9696. Line up. The sooner the better. Play win. News brought to you by
Jerry Seiner Cadillac, celebrating their new location with an incredible buying experience for your dream car. Coming today to experience the Seiner difference.
The X Games are coming this summer to Salt Lake, and they will bring the world's top action sports athletes and also a couple of musical acts. Electronic music producer and DJ Joel Zimmerman, who goes by the stage name, is it Dead Mouse? Is that how you...
Dead Mouse.
Yeah, Dead Mouse.
Dead Mouse.
Is slated to perform at, is that, how do you say it, Katie?
It's Dead Mouse.
Is it just Dead Mouse?
Just Dead.
Yeah, just Dead Mouse. Is scheduled to perform at the Utah State Fair Park on June 27th, and Sublime will be there as well to perform for the X Games. We're all about good energy and good times, and X Games is the perfect place to celebrate that, said Sublime frontman Jacob Knoll in a statement. Well, let's see, the big fire yesterday downtown Salt Lake, the old Golden Dragon, it shook up the neighborhood pretty bad.
Yeah.
There really a lot of smoke, and most of the valley could see that massive plume of smoke from the downtown area. Now, the Golden Dragon is not a restaurant anymore. There was a snack factory housed in there. 3-alarm fire, about 14 heavy apparatus on the scene, said Salt Lake City Fire Department Captain Brent Handcuff, who was on the scene. We have approximately 60 firefighter personnel there fighting this fire. Now, there were people inside the building, but they all got out before the fire burst huge. Very heavy flames, very strong smoke. They had flashover, which is a condition that they have to pull back out of the fire, said Handcuff. The snack factory there looks like it's pretty much a total loss. Well, this is 2 people found dead after falling hundreds of feet from Inspiration Point in Bryce Canyon National Park. The Garfield County Sheriff's Office said the two victims, a man and a woman, fell off of Inspiration Point in the park either Monday night or Tuesday morning. Their bodies were spotted by some fellow park visitors. About 380 feet they fell. There was a railing at the spot where the two victims fell, but officials say the pair climbed over it. There was some snow there. The area was likely very slippery. And I'm guessing, I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing it was selfie time. Yep. The bodies of
if there's a fence, stay
Yeah.
on the other side of the fence.
The bodies of both victims were recovered yesterday. Their names have not been released. Officials said that the two were living out of a U-Haul truck, and their last known permanent residence was in Florida. Salt Lake City Council approved the sale of a very large parcel of the Salt Palace Convention Center to the Smith Entertainment Group on Tuesday. Oh. The $55.4 million sale is earmarked for the new downtown arts, sports, and entertainment district, and the area under construction is the convention center on the west side, closest to the Delta Center. The county will now sell about 6.5 acres of land to SEG, that's the Smith Entertainment Group, located between South Temple and First South and 2nd and 3rd West. According to a county resolution for the sale, the development or redevelopment of the area will connect premier downtown spaces, including the Delta Center, the Salt Palace Convention Center, Abravanel Hall, Temple Square, City Creek Center, Eccles Theater, UMOCA, that's the Museum of Contemporary Art, and future 2034 Olympic Games venues. So the idea is to sort of connect all of that
Make
in
all
one
of it
big,
a walking,
a walking entertainment.
Probably a series of bridges and tunnels and
all of that stuff. A majority of Americans say that Donald Trump is a dangerous dictator.
Yep.
Who poses a threat to democracy.
Yep.
And they believe he's overstepped his authority by actions such as mass firing of federal employees, a new survey says. The wide-ranging poll released yesterday on Trump's 100th day in office is the latest sign of him losing support for his immigration and economic policies, the two issues that largely fueled his election. Only 4 in 10 Americans expressed favorable views of Trump after his first 100 days in office, according to the survey by the Nonpartisan Public Religion Research Institute. Donald Trump joked about making himself the Pope. He says, after a reporter asked Trump who he thought should follow Pope Francis as the next Pope, the non-Catholic president offered a response that was entirely in character. Well, I'd like to be the Pope.
Sure.
That'd be my number one choice.
What?
He then presented a less narcissistic opinion. Well, I don't have a preference. I might say we have a cardinal that happens to be out of a place called New York, who's very good, he said, referring to Cardinal Timothy Dolan, the Archbishop of New York. It appears the president was indeed joking, but he seems concerningly serious about his other norm-breaking suggestions, like turning Canada into the 51st state and taking over
He'll
Greenland.
say he's joking, but really he's serious.
Yeah. Not surprising, though, many people prayed that a Pope Donald would never happen. I don't know. Pope Donald. Maybe it'd keep him out of our hair. Huh? Trump didn't miss a chance to take yet another jab at Taylor Swift for some reason.
Oh, my Lord.
On Monday, while celebrating the Philadelphia Eagles' 2025 Super Bowl victory at the White House. In a brief speech, Trump acknowledged the Eagles' 40-22 victory over the Kansas City Chiefs. He said it was a little surprising, seemingly alluding to the Chiefs' back-to-back Super Bowl wins in 23 and 24. He then turned his attention to Taylor Swift, who grew up an Eagles fan, but whose boyfriend, Travis Kelce, is tight end with the Chiefs. It was an incredible game. I was there along with Taylor Swift. How did that work out? How did that one work out?
What does that mean?
I have no idea.
What does that sentence mean?
It means nothing.
He doesn't know either.
It doesn't mean anything. By the way, Jalen Hurts, the quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles, did not go to the ceremony at the White House.
God bless you,
He had a scheduling conflict.
He said, I don't want to go there. I don't want to be a part of that. So it says one GOP suck-up or senator is giving Donald Trump an A+ for his first 100 days. This is in the Huffington Post. And it says it's Tommy Tuberville, but I believe Mike Lee.
Oh, sure.
Also.
Yes.
So there's two suck-up senators. I believe Mike Lee said yesterday or the day before he gives Donald Trump an A+ for his first 100 days.
Can I sit at the
in
cool
office.
kid table now if I tell
No.
you? No.
Whatever the reason, Tuberville gave the president an A+ for the first 100 days. Despite historically bad approval ratings, Trump is underwater in several major polls, including one conducted by his fans at Fox News.
Fox News. Yeah.
Their polls show him underwater.
These are bad polls.
The Wisconsin Supreme Court suspended a judge accused of helping a man evade immigration authorities, saying Tuesday that it is in the public interest to relieve her of her duties as she faces 2 federal charges. The FBI took Milwaukee County Circuit Court Judge Hannah Dugan into custody Friday. At the county courthouse, she had been charged with concealing an individual to prevent his discovery and arrest and obstructing or impeding a proceeding. In its 2-page order, the state Supreme Court said it was acting on its own initiative and not responding to a request from anybody. Liberal judges control that court 4-3. Dugan's attorney, Craig Mastantuono, had no immediate comment. A state court spokesperson said that a reserve judge began filling in for Judge Dugan on Monday for an indefinite period. Now, Dugan is accused of escorting the man and his lawyer from her court through the jury door last week. But he was immediately taken into custody by ICE agents anyway.
Yeah.
The FBI affidavit said Judge Dugan was visibly angry over the agent's arrival in her court and called the situation absurd before leaving the bench and retreating to her chambers. It says she and another judge later approached members of the arrest team inside the courthouse with what witnesses described as a confrontational, angry demeanor. She wanted to see the warrant that they had. And
Seems fair.
And they had one, but it was apparently an incorrect warrant.
Yeah.
But they didn't care.
No.
So, Big Lots. Remember Big Lots?
Yes.
They were out closing down a lot of them. Well, they're coming back.
Oh, good.
Big Lots could soon be returning to a neighborhood near you. Variety Wholesalers, which acquired 219 Big Lots because after the retailer filed for bankruptcy, said they plan to reopen 132 stores next month. The Big Lots stores opening in May show our continued commitment to providing the best value to our customers with apparel for the family, everyday needs for the home, kitchen, and pantry, plus a huge selection of famous brands. Famous brands. Now, that's why I like shopping Big Lots, because there are brands that are not famous. You say what?
Off brands, would you say?
Well, yeah. Whoever did this, it's just amazing the kind of stuff that you'll find there. Let's see, one other quick story. Oh, you should see the video of this. This is a baby vulture at the New York Zoo is being fed not by another bird, but by a hand puppet.
Oh, yeah, I've seen this.
A decades-old technique used to ensure the chick doesn't identify too closely with human handlers. King vultures often neglect their chicks, so hand feeding is necessary to ensure the baby survives, the Bronx Zoo said in a statement. But to make sure that it doesn't imprint on humans, staff trained the bird's instincts onto a hand puppet that looks like a real vulture. And they give it little bits of meat. And it's an ugly little vulture. But it's just funny to see this hand puppet feeding the baby vulture. If you have a chance, find the footage of that. There's video of it. All right, that's it.
Sports weather traffic.
So there was kind of a leak, a hockey leak. This is not official.
Somebody took a leak?
No, but we're waiting for the official name of the Utah Hockey Club.
I can't wait to find out.
There was something on their YouTube channel that says the Utah Mammoth. Now, I don't know if this is an accident or they were going to release it, and this is not an official word, but people are saying, and I am hearing, that this is a sign.
Does Pete Hegseth work for them?
No, quite possibly. Let's see. Yesterday in the NHL, the Oilers over the Kings 3-1. Golden Knights over the Wild 3-2. Hurricanes over the Devils 5-4, and the Senators over the Maple Leafs 4-0. In the NBA, yesterday the Nuggets 131, Clippers 115. Celtics over the Magic, 120-89. Pistons over the Knicks, 106-103. And the Pacers over the Bucks, 119-118. That's your sports weather. Spotty sprinkles today, mostly in the morning. This afternoon, things should clear up, but there's a 80% chance we'll see some rain this morning, and much cooler, 63. Tomorrow, we're sunny again at 69. Traffic, let's see. Everything's looking great so far. I'm on the UDOT website. I see no slowdowns or accidents there. Let me check our message stream. That's where you folks come in and let us know what you're seeing out on the roads. If it's safe for you to text us, we appreciate it when you do. 33986 is where you do that. Business owners, do you owe $15,000 or more in employment taxes and don't know what to do? McClure and Stewart, your local trusted tax attorneys. Go to McClureandStewart.com today.
Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Frank Christ has joined us.
Oh, hello, everyone.
Hi, Frank. Frank is a grim reaper, the reaper of celebrity souls. When a celebrity passes, it's Frank's job, his unfortunate job, to go and collect the celebrity's soul or essence and put it in his electric scooter, his sidecar.
You gently put them.
Oh, yes.
And off they go to the distribution center. You just drop them off there, right? And then you don't know where they go.
After that, I have no idea. That is not. It's hell. It's more than likely hell.
Frank is in love with celebrities. So this job is really hard for him.
Very difficult because I love our precious celebrities and wish they would live forever.
Frank is he's a Grim Reaper. He looks like a Grim Reaper. I've gotten used to seeing a skeleton in our studio on weekday mornings. He joins us to play the game we call Frank Chris Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
Hey, he's just handed me a list of 4 celebrities. Precious celebrities. And 3 celebrities on that list.
They're just fine.
But one of them, Frank has taken. And if we have a contestant...
Travis is here.
Travis. Hi, Travis. How are you?
I'm fine. Just fine.
Good, Travis. Good. Now, Travis, if you are able to select the dead celebrity out of this list of 4, you're going to win a prize, which is Andy Bell tickets, right?
Yep. Erasure, Andy Bell, November 21st. The Marquee in Park City.
All right. You ready, Travis?
Yes.
Okay, now, because it's Walpurgis night and it has to do with witches, Frank has given me a list of actors in movies that feature witches in various forms. Number 1, Charles Grodin. Some of his many films include Catch-22, The Heartbreak Kid, Heaven Can Wait, The Incredible Shrinking Woman, The Lonely Guy, Midnight Run, Taking Care of Business, The Great Muppet Caper, and Beethoven. Grodin also wrote 8 books and 3 plays. His witch movie, he had a small role in Rosemary's Baby. Number 1, Charles Grodin. Number 2, Britt Eklund. She starred in The Night They Raided Minsky's, Machine Gun McCain, the British crime film Get Carter, which established her as a sex symbol. She was a Bond girl in The Man with the Golden Gun. She was married to Peter Sellers for a time and had a long relationship with Rod Stewart as well. She was in The Wicker Man, about a town that practices Celtic paganism. Number 2, Britt Eklund. Number 3 is Meg Foster. She was in the miniseries version of The Scarlet Letter and the films Ticket to Heaven, The Osterman Weekend, and They Live. She also starred as Christine Cagney in the very first season of Cagney and Lacey. She guest starred in numerous TV shows, including 2 episodes of Hawaii Five-0, The $6 Million Man, and Star Trek Deep Space Nine Season 4 episode The Muse. She was in The Lords of Salem, about a coven of women who worship Satan. Number 3, Meg Foster. And finally, Diane Wiest. She won 2 Academy Awards for Best Supporting Actress for Hannah and Her Sisters and for Bullets Over Broadway. Other film appearances by Wiest include Footloose, Woody, The Purple Rose of Cairo, Radio Days, and September, The Lost Boys, Edward Scissorhands, and Birdcage. She was in Practical Magic, about modern-day witches. Number 4 was Diane Wiest. One of those actors is dead, Travis. Who is it?
Let's go with Charles Grodin.
You are correct. Charles Grodin died in 2021 at the age of 86. He was killed by witches, Gina.
Too soon.
He was not.
Charles Grodin. Congratulations, Travis. You are going to see Andy Bell.
Awesome.
Okay. You sound excited, Travis.
It's quiet. It's quiet.
Yeah, they're my all-time favorite.
Okay. Good.
All right.
Hang on, Travis, and we'll tell you what you need to do next.
I don't believe him.
They're my all-time favorites.
It's not even 7 o'clock
well,
yet.
all right,
It's early.
He doesn't want to talk too loud. The witches might hear him.
True. Well, Isaiah Thomas is turning 64 today, but that's outside of my purview.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's sports.
sport.
Yeah.
It's sports. I'll have to send Meadowlark, Chris. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Frank.
Meadowlark, Chris. And things are great. You got a good commute. You don't need a flying scooter. You could just drive your regular scooter and get along just fine. If that changes, I'll let you know, or you can let me know, whatever you're seeing on the roads, 33986. X96 welcomes the Used May 3rd, May 5th, and May 6th at the Union Event Center. The May 3rd show is sold out. You can find tickets for the 5th and 6th show at x96.com.
KXRK Provo, we will take a break after these messages. We have for you your list of things that must go.
Of 10 ingredients you don't use anymore.
All right.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
Gina guessed a can of mushroom soup. That was a good guess.
Not on the list?
Not on the list,
Oh.
no.
Okay.
Used to be every recipe had mushroom soup in it.
First one is Crisco. Nobody uses Crisco anymore. In 1933, Procter & Gamble published a book titled Crisco Recipes for the Jewish Housewife.
Oh, wow.
In an effort to, as the title suggests, get Crisco into Jewish households and using it instead of chicken fat. Now it turns out that it has trans fats and I'm not even sure they make it anymore. It's
Sure they do.
Yeah. Oh, sure they
Can
do.
you? But
Yeah.
people don't use it like they used to.
Well, we've all rediscovered lard again.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yes.
Gelatin, Jell-O salads, aspics, other forms of gelatin, really not around much anymore. You don't see people using them. Now this one I know, Carrie, you'll dispute because you like it, and I used to like it, and I never buy it anymore. Miracle Whip.
We're a Miracle Whip house.
Yeah, no, I never.
You're not a mayonnaise house?
We do both,
Oh,
really.
okay.
I used to have both. Now I just mayonnaise. I don't. Miracle Whip is it was supposed to be a salad dressing, which always seemed weird to
There are
me.
times when Miracle Whip is
Margarine.
Nope.
Nobody uses margarine anymore.
Haven't used margarine in years.
Can you still get it?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Probably. Gooseberries. I don't recall gooseberries ever being popular particularly.
We used to have a gooseberry bush.
Yeah.
What about snozberries?
They taste like snozberries. They taste like gooseberries.
Thousand Island dressing.
Oh, that is still a thing.
Gotta use that on your burgers. That is the
Thousand Island
But
is
it-
still
it-
a
much
thing.
maligned sauce.
It used to be very, very popular on salads.
They
Yes.
still offer it at the steak pit at Snowbird.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Of course they do.
That's more of for me, it's like a dipping sauce or a hamburger sauce.
Yeah. Iceberg lettuce. I still
love it.
love iceberg lettuce.
Love it.
A wedge? Do you like a wedge? Because
I
a wedge salad is
I
an
make a wedge.
iceberg.
I make a wedge.
There are
salad.
times when the iceberg lettuce is the only lettuce that will do.
But people, that used to be about the only kind of lettuce
Yeah.
you could get.
Yeah.
And now people, we want romaine. Turnips.
They were never popular.
Yes,
when
they
were
were.
turnips popular?
Yes, they were. Turnips were extremely popular at one time. Turnips were a beloved vegetable years ago.
They were never beloved.
Yes, they were.
Who beloved them?
well,
What did you do to a turnip?
It was all we had.
They were, and you know what? They're delicious, actually. If you butter and salt and pepper, you roast it and butter and salt and pepper, they're delicious. Quince.
This was never popular.
Quince there's a quince tree that is on my neighbor's property, but it hangs into our yard. And every once in a while, like one day, Steve Rosenberg from Liberty Heights was walking by, and he went, "Hey, that's a quince tree." And he went and asked him, "Can I harvest all those quince?" And took them. And then our good friend Kari, your golf instructor's wife, she went and picked a bunch of those quince and made quince jelly. They're difficult to deal with. They're hard, and you have to cook the hell out of them.
The people buying margarine now are vegans, apparently.
Oh, that would make sense.
Yeah.
They want a butter, but
They
not
want a butter, but not butter.
And then the number 10 on the list is acorn flour. Apparently, people used to use acorn flour a lot.
Back in the 1800s?
I don't know, but they used to use it a lot.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay, thank you.
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
Paul in Layton did, and he has a thing that must go. Paul, you got to email those from Layton. Radio from Hell at x96.com. You don't accept text, must goes.
Sorry. Let's see. It is time for Things That Must Go. Is this a sponsored feature?
Yes, see movies on the big screen at local nonprofit Broadway Center cinemas this weekend. Check out La La Land and Moonlight. These films will forever be linked together. See both this weekend on Friday and Saturday. Get tickets and showtimes at slfstix.org.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
Things that are bugging you, things that you can't stand anymore. You got to get it off your chest, and the best way to do that is to send it to us at Radio from Hell, and we'll take it on for you. If we read your must go on the air, maybe it'll make you feel better, and sometimes these things disappear from your life, we understand. Just send your must goes to radiofromhell at x96.com. Put must go in the subject line, and there you are. I'll go first today. I have one of my own must go, witches. Witches must
You
go.
were out for witches today.
I am done with those witches. I'm just done with them. Let's see. This one says, thank you for keeping me company in the morning, and a preemptive thank you for making the following list of things leave this existence. TV remotes that require a fingernail to operate the buttons must go. While helping my mother to get her TV operational, I couldn't get a remote to work. It worked for her with the buttons I told her to push, but for my fat fingers with newly cut fingernails, no dice.
Oh.
Eventually, I found that my right fourth digit had more of a fingernail that would hub the remote button well inside the housing to achieve operational success.
It's very specific.
The laser level that I'm using needed to be exact height of my eyeballs for the project I've been doing must go. You know, like the warning says, don't look at the laser. Well, that's why my eyes hurt all the time, and as while I'm writing this. Finally, lymphoma must go. Signed, Johnny B. This one, I don't get this one. Let's see. Hi, this is Bruce from West Valley. Guest speakers in the office must go. We're just trying to eat our sack lunches and talk to our coworkers about how long we'll have our jobs given the tariff situation. I don't need to hear someone ask an uninvolved crowd, what is you why? What? I don't know what that means.
Well, not that, but just the guest speakers. Yeah, just let us have lunch. You don't have to bring in a guest speaker while we're having.
I don't know what is you why. I don't know what that
I
means.
think
Must
there
be a
was
misprint or something.
Typo or something.
And then this one says, what must go is the pretentious use of the word y'all when talking or texting. Now, if you're actually from a part of the country where that word is actually used, well, fine. But if not, you just sound like a pretentious ass. I was being yelled at by a white woman with a Utah accent that kept saying y'all to me. I was thinking how idiotic it sounded, and it was very obvious that she wasn't from the South, where this is a common word. It feels like cultural misappropriation. I've noticed it starts being used by Trumpers on social media, and that also makes it annoying. Unless you're actually from the South and grew up using y'all, Shut your pretentious mouth. Thank you for being there and letting me vent. Sincerely yours, Matt. All right, that's it. Carrie?
Disagree with Matt.
That's okay.
Y'all disagree with him?
I think y'all is perfectly acceptable.
Must go. These are your things, though?
It's your thing, so. All right. This one from the foot of Mount Doom. When you randomly adjust your ringer volume during the day without realizing it, and then when your alarm goes off in the morning, it's super quiet. You can barely hear it. Or the other way around. It's suddenly super loud and it scares you. All right. This one from, does not say I can say the name. Taking out the trash must go. It's overflowing, and it just taunts me. The more it overflows, the less I want to take it out. I wish it would just take itself out.
Yeah.
Okay. This one from Mixer Driver Shane. Good morning, Lords. It's okay to use my name. Something that must go is people who litter. How hard is it to pack it in, pack it out? For the love of God, make trash holes go away. This one from, does not say. People who park in front of pumps and don't get gas. Who's doing that?
You're running in to get a soda.
Yeah.
Go.
People do it. People do it.
They shouldn't. All right. And this one from Tony. My things that must go are getting wet at the Fight the Oligarchy rally because of the automated sprinklers on the north side of the Huntsman Center were activated. Were they automatic?
Carrie's suspicious.
Heartburn after devouring a chili cheese dog. I hope at the rally. And being so old that I'm unaware that Zaza is a term for marijuana.
I don't know that either.
I haven't heard that one.
No idea, Tony. Go ahead, Jenna.
One from me. When you do the Flonase in the morning, and then 30 seconds later you sneeze, and you're like, "Wow,
It's all gone now."
But I can't put more in because what if I don't want to over Flonase.
Because I keep getting told how extraordinarily addictive it is.
I hate that. Let's see, this from Linda. I live near the Salt Lake Country Club, and this must go. Preteens driving golf carts on busy streets, sometimes with 6 kids inside. My daughter calling me at work to say, "Hey, Mom, I forgot to tell you I accidentally dropped your toothbrush in the toilet." And I said, "Oh, that's okay, I'll get a new one." To which she replied, "No, I did it yesterday." Oh, gross. Thanks for letting me vent. I feel better already. Love you all. This from Please Don't Use My Name. I was on a plane flying out of Texas. What must go is being worried that my MMR vaccine will work. Seeing a Make America Healthy Again hat on the plane also must go.
Yeah.
And finally this. Love listening to you guys. Don't use my name, but feel free to use his. Things that must go. People fighting over S after our final parent died. Grow the F up, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeffrey.
You heard him, Jeffrey.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
That might be my sign off today. Grow the F up, Jeffrey.
I like it.
Wow, great commute. Go out and drive, but obey all the laws and be nice. And maybe we can just have an accident-free commute this morning because so far things are just moving great. And you have not sent anything in via text, so let's see if we can keep it that way. 33986 if that changes and you want to let us know. Business owners, do you owe $15,000 or more in employment taxes and don't know what to do? McClure and Stewart, your local trusted tax attorneys. Go to McClureandStewart.com today.
Here are the boner candidates you're going to be voting for very shortly. Number 1, ass or hole in the ground. He wouldn't know one from the other. Boner candidate number 2, inching closer to the end of democracy. And boner candidate number 3, because cruelty.
Boner of the day, big boy news, all coming up. Stand by for that. Let's see. What is your why is a common expression used by motivational speakers.
What is your why?
Oh, what?
And that was
why do you do things?
And that was a typo.
That makes sense.
What is you why is what they said.
What is your why? That makes a little more sense to me.
Yeah.
Proofread.
What is your why? I see.
Let's see. Is it time for the damn contest?
It is.
Go ahead.
Win $1,000. Listen for the keywords that will announce at approximately 7:15 a.m., 10:15 a.m., 1:15 p.m., and 5:15 p.m. Each keyword is a unique entry for you. So if you listen all day at all of those times and send in the keyword, better chances of winning that $1,000. All the rules are at x96.com. This is a national contest. I'm going to give you a keyword and a special text number. This is a different number than we use for other things. 508-777-1000. That's 508-777-1000. The keyword is luck, L-U-C-K, luck, to 508-777-1000 for your chance to win $1,000 cash in a nationwide.
Oh, man.
All right.
Yeah, I was. Oh, man.
All right.
Yeah, I was. I've been dreaming all morning of going home and making ham salad.
So you've got the leftover Easter ham.
Yeah, and I don't have ham salad very often because I don't have ham. So I'm going to get some sweet pickle relish. I don't have any at home, but that's all I really need. And then some mayonnaise, and maybe a touch of mustard.
Did you do the honey baked ham or did you do your
No,
own ham?
I got one at the store, a spiral sliced ham at the store, and put it in. I've not ever done a honey baked ham.
You've never done a honey?
No.
How is that possible?
It's because it seems way too expensive to me.
It's way too delicious.
But I can make a delicious ham at home.
Yeah, but
with
it's all done.
half the price
already.
What, you just put it in the oven. It's not much to it. Just heat it up. It's cooked already. Mm-hmm. You can take it right out of the package and put it on if you want a cold ham, just put it on the. So when you buy it at the honey baked ham store, is it hot?
It can be, and they say you can either eat it room temperature.
You could
set
take
it out,
take it home yourself and heat it up.
Yeah.
It's just the same thing,
It's so good though.
The one at the Costco's, the Kirkland one, is actually quite good. But just heat it up. Anyway, I'm going to make ham salad. I'm excited. But I was looking up ham salad recipes just to make sure I remembered how to do it. Not that much to it. And there was a video before the recipe. An ad
to help. A commercial.
Yeah, commercial, and it was about some kind of thing that you take to get rid of poop in your intestines.
What?
And they had little little animated poops, and I'm thinking, what kind of a thing is this to put before a recipe or to show you about food?
It's because you talk about poop all the time.
Huh?
The algorithm.
It has nothing to do with
the
that.
algorithm got you, Bill.
It had nothing to do with an algorithm. It was just the ad that was embedded. And I don't talk about poop all the time. On top of your erroneous assumption.
Wait, I want to see if I Google it right now, if I get the same ad.
I don't remember if it. Let me look it up.
Well, now, when you say ham salad,
yeah,
do you mean like a chicken salad but with ham?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's essentially so you use it on a sandwich, or I like to just put it on crackers.
So it's almost like a deviled ham kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
All right. Okay.
Let's see. It wasn't the ham salad. It was how to prepare a spiral cut ham. I just wanted to make sure I had the right temperature and stuff.
To prepare
a spiral cut ham.
It's just the commercials that come up are just, they rotate them through.
Oh no, they hear you.
They listen, Bill.
And there are any number of videos about and I don't remember which one it was.
Well, that's the hard thing.
Yeah, they're
was it
like
Delish?
Maybe. I remember looking at Delish, but there are like 30 videos of, and they all. It's weird because they're all the same. It's like, yeah, I do that. You put a foil.
Yeah, I'm getting a Pantene ad.
Pantene. What's Pantene?
What's Pantene?
It's the shampoo.
Oh,
shampoo.
Yeah. So it just depends on. Gina, why don't you go through all of those videos? Let's see. But I just thought it was a weird thing to have on a.
So we were
a food.
Did you have
video.
the sound up?
No.
Because the audio may have said, "You'll need this later."
Yeah, maybe. No, I didn't have the sound.
So we were trying to think of what to do with our leftover ham.
Yes.
And I follow this Instagram account called Brunch with Babs.
Mm-hmm. Babs Delay?
No.
Oh, okay.
And she makes this thing where she takes Pillsbury crescent rolls.
Mm-hmm.
You guys will like this.
Okay.
She chops up the ham.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She puts a piece of Swiss cheese on each roll after she rolls it out. I don't like the cheese part, but she chops up the ham.
Oh, I've made this.
And then makes a little ham and cheese roll.
Nice.
But when she puts it in the baking dish, she drizzles it with Dijon mustard.
Oh.
Doesn't that sound good?
Here, I did something like that just recently with ham and Swiss cheese, and then I did some beef and cheddar, and I got King's Hawaiian rolls.
Oh, yeah.
And I put the meat and the cheese on the King's Hawaiian rolls, put it in a baking dish, and then you drizzle it with this, it's like butter and brown sugar and something else. And then you put it in the oven and bake them for 30 minutes. And you get this hot, gooey, sweet, delicious little slider sandwich. They were delicious.
Now back to
sprinkle poppy seeds on
back to the video search.
Yeah.
The texter has nailed this.
Yeah.
Gina got a shampoo ad, and Bill got a real
poo
ad. So
Depends on your
it depends on your algorithms.
None of that shampoo for me. I don't know. I only want the real stuff.
So some real poo.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't remember. It was I don't remember what the product was, but I just glanced at it, and there were these little piles of poop with eyes, dancing around. And I go, what the hell? Weird.
And now the chat room has discovered not only it's called strawberry milkshake flavor Frosted Flakes. But now they have the Frosted Flakes that's Avatar themed, and they're blueberry.
Huh.
Do they taste like water?
I don't know.
They should taste like water.
The taste of Avatar.
See, now I got to try all of those. I got this milk in the fridge. It's going to go bad unless
You
You
have
better
to.
stop on the way home.
I gotta.
It's a waste if you don't.
Stop on the way home, or
Yeah.
you're going to have sour milk on your hands.
That's right. Don't want that.
Nope.
Gotta have the cereal. Gotta have the cereal.
I got a traffic ticket. I didn't really get a traffic ticket. I was on I-70 coming back from Moab, and it's 80 miles an hour.
Oh, okay.
Down that stretch from Moab to Green River, and I'm going the speed limit 80, and I pass a cop car, highway patrol had pulled somebody over, and I went past. I didn't slow down because I wasn't speeding. And then I look in my rearview mirror, and there's
It's coming for you.
a patrol car coming for me. So I pull over thinking, well, what the hell? Here's what it was.
Okay.
I received a citation, a warning citation. It is now Utah law. I don't know if this is new or the guy said it like it was new. If you need to go pull into the other lane.
Yeah.
Now I usually do
because it's dangerous.
I usually do, but for some reason he was there was a big wide shoulder and the cop was, But he said, he was very nice and friendly. We're just warning people today.
Oh, okay.
We just want to warn people that this is a law, and you need. But they actually wrote up a
citation warning.
Yeah, a warning citation.
Yeah, it's. There have been several police officers hit by people.
Well,
they get out of the car to, you know.
I understand that it's important, and I usually do it. But he was so far over that I didn't.
And it's a good habit to get in now because it's a bigger problem in the winter.
Yeah,
when roads are slick and it's harder to see.
It was the Emery County Sheriff's Office, but the guy who came up to my car was not. He was not an officer. I mean, he had a uniform, but he was like some sort of intern. I think he was an intern.
Traffic intern?
Yeah, he said, I'm the trooper and I. So he said, the trooper and I were pulling people over just to warn them. But he did have
But it worked. You're going to be more. I would assume it worked. You're going to be more aware of it.
And now you're spreading the word here.
Oh, screw it. I hate law enforcement. I'm not going to ever. No, those coppers aren't going to get me. No, as I said, I normally do.
Yeah.
Apparently, this has been a law since 2010. And you're lucky you didn't get a ticket. Oh, interesting.
How long since you have had a ticket?
I can't remember.
Me neither.
The last time I had a citation.
Music group Underworld was born.
Who were they before they were Underworld?
Frewer,
that's it. Couldn't come up with that name. One of those guys, one of the founders of the band, Rick Smith, has gone on to be a pretty well-known music composer for movies. Soundtracks, and he's done Danny Boyle movies. He did the Train Spotting soundtrack.
You can hear that in it, actually.
Absolutely.
He was the musical director for the 2012 Summer Olympics opening ceremonies.
Oh, look at that.
Which was directed by Danny Boyle. So, there you go.
All right, time for Boner of the Day. 3 news stories. These will be examples of bad, stupid, funny human behavior, and you will decide with your vote. Of these 3 candidates, which one do you think is the worst? Which one deserves to be Boner of the Day for today, April 30, 2025? We'll give you 2 candidates now, a third after the news, and once you've heard all 3, you will vote. One of you lucky random Boner voters will receive.
Can't buy it, gotta win it. Radio from Hell Boner t-shirt.
Boner candidate number 1, ass or hole in the ground. He wouldn't know one from the other,
Yeah.
The initiative that Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth bragged about ending yesterday was actually one that Donald Trump touted during his first term as a way of empowering women. This morning, I proudly ended the Women, Peace, and Security program inside the Defense Department, Hegseth wrote. He went on, WPS is yet another woke, divisive social justice Biden initiative that overburdens our commanders and troops, distracting from our core task, war fighting. WPS is a United Nations program pushed by feminists and left-wing activists. Politicians fawn over it, and the troops hate it. He said the Pentagon would comply with it only insofar as it had to by law and would fight to end the program in our next budget. And yet it was Donald Trump, not Joe Biden, who signed the Women, Peace, and Security Act into law in October of 2017 after the measure garnered bipartisan support in Congress. 2 years later, Trump's administration released a strategy to implement the initiative throughout the United States government. It grew out of a United Nations initiative but found plenty of advocates on Capitol Hill. This morning, I proudly ended that Women, Peace, and Security program inside the Defense Department. He doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground.
No, he doesn't.
Boner candidate number 1. Here's Boner candidate number 2. Inching closer to the end of democracy. Donald Trump has directed Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth and U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi to determine how the United States military might be used for domestic law enforcement.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
In an executive order titled Strengthening and Unleashing America's Law Enforcement to Pursue Criminals and Protect Innocent Civilians, Trump issued several directives, including the establishment of a legal defense mechanism for law enforcement officers law enforcement officers and a crackdown on state and local officials who willfully and unlawfully direct the obstruction of criminal law, including by directly and unlawfully prohibiting law enforcement officers from carrying out duties. The president also ordered Hegseth and Bondi to determine how military and national security assets and personnel can be, quote, most effectively utilized to prevent crime.
This means explaining people to their rights. That's something they don't want you to do.
Yeah. Using national security assets for law and order within 90 days of the date of this order, the Attorney General and the Secretary of Defense, in consultation with the Secretary of Homeland Security and the heads of agencies as appropriate, shall increase the provision of excess military and national security assets in local jurisdictions to assist state and local law enforcement.
My guess is local law enforcement doesn't like this idea at all.
Sheriff's Department might.
Boner candidate number 2, inching closer to the end of democracy. And coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3, because cruelty.
Boner candidate number 3 coming up after this. Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by.
Don't pay for tires and oil changes ever again. Get tires and oil changes for life with every new Mazda purchase from Bountiful Mazda. See Bountiful Mazda today for details.
I mentioned this yesterday, but I couldn't find the story. Here it is about Warren Zevon. There's an aspect to the late Warren Zevon finally being honored by the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that strikes his son, Jordan Zevon, as very much on brand. Quote, "It's a comedy of how it seems like the minute that I gave up on it, trying to get him into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, he got nominated." A younger Zevon told Billboard, after his father, who died in 2003, didn't get in, I'd gone back to giving up on it, but now he's in. I think that's kind of perfect. Long considered one of rock and roll's most egregious exclusions, or the Rock Hall of Fame's most egregious exclusions by fans and peers alike, Warren Zevon, who passed away at the age of 56 from mesothelioma, will receive one of 2 musical influence awards at this year's induction ceremony, November 8th, in Los Angeles at the Peacock Theater. Salt and Pepper is the other. The honor is selected by the Rock Hall, not by voters, and it comes 30 years after Zevon was first eligible for consideration in the Rock Hall.
Long overdue.
Yeah, during his career, which included 13 studio albums, the Chicago-born Zevon was celebrated as a songwriter as well as a performer. Linda Ronstadt, in particular, had hits with his songs, Poor, Poor, Pitiful Me and Hasten Down the Wind. Zevon's greatest success was, of course, his album in 1978, Excitable Boy, and that had Werewolves of London on it, which was his biggest hit. He also collaborated with 3/4 of REM, 1990's Hindu Love Gods, and then his final album, just before his death, featured guest appearances by Bruce Springsteen, Jackson Browne, Tom Petty, Emmylou Harris, Joe Walsh, Don Henley. I mean, everybody liked Warren Zevon. Everybody thought he was just a fabulous musician. It is long overdue, as Gina said. In Utah, farmers and ranchers die by suicide at the 3rd highest rate by vocation in the state.
Really?
Josh Dallin spends his workdays talking to Utahns who raise cattle and grow crops, and he knew that many were in distress. Everyone from neighbors to fertilizer dealers to equipment suppliers were telling him that they were worried that a farmer or a rancher they knew was at risk of suicide. Then in 2023, with money allocated by Congress, Josh Dallin had new help to offer them. As executive director of an agriculture center at Utah State University Extension, he had scores of $2,000 vouchers that Utahns working in agriculture could use to get free therapy. Mr. Dallin feared that no one in the typically stoical farming community would take him up on that, but he was wrong. Farmers and ranchers across Utah quickly accepted the money, which ran out in just 4 months, well before he expected it to, and his office had to start turning people away. It convinced Mr. Dallin of the deep need in the state's agriculture communities and people's openness to getting help when cost is not a barrier. I want you to know, he recalled one voucher recipient telling him, that this saved my life. It was heartbreaking, he said, to have to put the brakes on the program. The money for the vouchers was part of a one-time $28 million allocation sent to states to help Americans producing food handle the stresses of the coronavirus pandemic. Any state that applied to the U.S. Department of Agriculture was awarded up to $500,000, which was used to hold training and start hotlines staffed by mental health workers and, like in Utah, provide therapy. But the money is gone, and it's not going to be reallocated, it looks like. For those who are seeking adventure in Eagle Mountain, it can often be found right out their back door.
Yeah.
Where we back right up to the mountain, which was never going to be built on, and it just kind of like, well, we're part of nature, said Todd Burrell, I think it is. The Golden Eagle area has been transformative for Mr. Burrell since moving there in 2009. He said, I started hiking up the hill behind my house there every day. I lost 60 pounds. Mr. Burrell tries to take 10,000 steps a day, but still holds secrets that he hadn't learned about. This is a great place to conduct military training, said Lieutenant Colonel Chris Krober with the National Guard. A lot of Army units came through this area to prepare for World War I and World War II. What they're saying here is that there's a lot of unexploded ordnance.
Oh, I see.
Oh, my, yes.
On this mountain. The way this is written, it's taking its damn time to get to the point of the story. But there's the Army Corps of Engineers.
Pick it up? Is that what you're saying?
Don't mess with it. And the Army Corps of Engineers is now searching with equipment that scans below the surface for artillery debris, and they're trying to clean up that mountain. But if you see something, you're out there hiking, do not touch it. Let's just do this story. First responders and survivors and advocates from the 9/11 community have lobbied Congress on Monday to support a critical health program gutted by the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. I'm not a happy camper today, said retired Fire Department Deputy Chief Richard Ailes. He said, we were there to fight for restoration of the cuts. That they had to fight and fight and fight
For
to get
years.
funding.
For
to get
years.
funding to these guys that worked on the pile, as they called it.
This is the thing that Jon Stewart was lobbying for a long time.
They finally got funding, and now it's been cut out again.
Well, and billionaires need their tax cuts, Bill.
That's right.
You know, that's why we're cutting all this stuff, because we got to pay for the tax cuts somehow.
Amazon says it has no plans to list tariff-related price increases next to products on its website, refuting a report that drew criticism from the White House. The team that runs our ultra-low-cost Amazon Hall store considered the idea of listing import charges on certain products, Amazon spokesman Tim Doyle said. It was never approved, and it's not going to happen. Earlier in the day, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt had reacted to a Punchbowl News report that claimed Amazon would display how much Donald Trump's tariffs were adding to product prices.
The beautiful tariffs, the wonderful tariffs.
The report cited a person familiar with the plan. This is a hostile and political act by Amazon, Leavitt said.
I thought they were beautiful and
And you should be
not
proud
harmful,
of it.
and they're the most transparent. And
you should want people to see what it is.
Yeah.
Well, they're not going to do it, so there you go. Cardinal Angelo Becciu, who lost his rights as a cardinal because of a criminal conviction, will not participate in the next conclave after insisting for a while that he would participate in the conclave. I have decided to obey, as I have always done. Pope Francis will not to enter the conclave while remaining convinced of my innocence, he said. But I've decided I won't try to get into the conclave.
Well, they already said you can't go, so
I'm not going to try.
Okay.
And finally, this story.
You weren't invited. Yeah. Well, I'm not going.
That's right. And finally, this story. Donald Trump is going to sign an executive order, or has signed an executive order, requiring truck drivers to speak English.
I wanted you to make this a boner candidate.
Trump will sign an order directing the Department of Transportation to include English literacy tests for our truckers. Now, the three boner candidates I had today are better, but this is a big problem in the trucking community, Caroline Leavitt said on Monday.
No, it's not.
After Monday afternoon during a press conference with new members of the media. She said, you might not know it, but there's a lot of communication problem between truckers on the road with federal officials and local officials as well.
No, there isn't.
Which obviously is a public safety risk. So we're going to ensure that our truckers, who are the backbone of our economy, are all able to speak English.
Well, they got nothing to ship because the ships aren't coming in, so there's nothing in the back of their trucks to drive around, so they won't be working. So it's not a problem.
Yep. Well, there you go. That's it. Sports weather traffic or weather traffic?
Weather traffic.
Oh, so we've got 80% chance of showers, mostly earlier in the day, and cooler, 63 for a high. Overnight low, 44. Tomorrow looks like it's going to be nice and sunny and warm, 69 for a high tomorrow. Traffic, let's see. Friends of the program were saying huge slowdown southbound I-15 in Weber County from Riverdale through Roy. Getting onto Hill Air Force Base is difficult in that area. Heard from several friends of the program about that incident. Thank you, everyone, for letting us know what you're seeing out there on the roads. UDOT not reporting anything right now, so you're my reporters, Infiniteam. Let me know what you're seeing, 33986.
Here's boner candidate number 3. Because cruelty. 3 young children who are U.S. citizens, including one with cancer, were deported to the Honduras alongside their mothers last week, according to advocacy groups and the family's lawyers. One of the children is a 4-year-old with stage 4 cancer who was sent without medication. A lawyer for the child's family said. Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, said that the mothers had made the choice for their citizen children to be removed with them.
Nope.
Having a U.S. citizen child does not make you immune from our laws, adding that the mothers were in the U.S. illegally. Trump faced backlash during his first term for a policy that separated thousands of children from their parents. On Friday, New Orleans Immigration and Customs Enforcement officials deported the 2 mothers and 3 children aged 2, 4, and 7 to Honduras from Louisiana. The 2 families, including one pregnant mother, had lived in the U.S. for years and were deported from the U.S. under deeply troubling circumstances that raise serious due process concerns, the ACLU said. One of the U.S. citizen children who was removed was suffering from metastatic cancer and was deported without the ability to consult with doctors. Speaking to reporters at a news conference on Monday, Tom Homan said deporting the families together was better than separating them or keeping these families together.
I would agree. Keep them here together.
What we did was remove children with their mothers who requested the children depart with them.
That's
There's
not
a
true.
Parental decision.
Yeah.
Well, no, it is true. Because picture this, Carrie. We're deporting you, and your child with cancer there. Well, it's my child. I got to have my child with me. You're really going to make me? I mean, I get why the mother said, well, I guess we'll take them with us because I can't leave my child.
I don't think they did with that one because the medicine and the doctor is here. I think the mother said, well, you better stay here. But they didn't do that.
But we're getting rid of all the violent criminals. Were these mothers violent criminals?
Yeah. My guess is they're all gang members.
I'll remind you all that being here illegally is a misdemeanor.
Yeah, that's all.
If that is the crime, now I get the violent criminal part. If you're crime, because they'll keep saying they're criminals, it's a misdemeanor.
We don't know
to
they're
be here.
Yeah, and we don't know that they're criminals
because they are not being given a
you're
hearing.
not given a hearing.
Boner candidate number 3, because cruelty. Let's go over the candidates and then get to voting.
Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, ass or hole in the ground. He wouldn't know one from the other. Pete Hegseth bragging about ending a program that in the Pentagon of having to do with women and peace and security. We got rid of that. That was a Biden-era program. No, it was not a Biden program. It was a Trump program. He's the one who signed it into order during his first presidency.
He was quite proud of it, him and Marco Rubio.
Yeah. Boner candidate number 2, inching closer to the end of democracy, Trump has directed Secretary Hegseth and Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, to figure out ways that the U.S. military can be used for domestic law enforcement.
Nothing to see here.
And boner candidate number 3, because cruelty.
There you go. All right. You've got to decide of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst. Tough today. Which one deserves to be boner of the day for today, April 30, 2025? 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think is the worst, the one that should win. Put that single digit in the message of a text. And then text that to 33986. Or call Katie in the producer's booth. She'd be happy to take your live voice vote at 877-602-9696. Or go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says boner voting, April 30, 2025. Click and vote. If you don't see that box, refresh your browser. It'll appear. Click and vote. Well, you've got about 4 minutes to get your vote in. That's all. As soon as we award Boner of the Day, that means the phone lines are wide open for your questions for Dr. Cobble. He's a people doctor. He can answer your people doctor questions. So get them ready. As soon as we award the Boner, we'll start taking them at 877-602-9696. All right, here we go. 4 minutes. Let's get to voting. It's Boner of the Day.
Announcer Johnny Ola, and it is a mad world.
Indeed.
So tonight, why don't you stop by McDonald's and stake out with McDonald's hearty new chopped beefsteak sandwich, grilled to juicy perfection and garnished with fresh onions. McDonald's serves it up sizzling hot on a toasted French roll with tangy steak sauce. Top it off with an order of crisp, golden brown onion nuggets. Bite-sized chunks of onion deep fried to a golden crunch.
Onion nuggets? Are you kidding me?
So why not try the big taste of steak and the great taste of onion nuggets? They're all new, and they're waiting for you at participating McDonald's. And now, here he is, a man who says absence makes the heart grow fonder, so why don't you stay away a little longer? Your host, Kerry Jackson.
I'm still stuck on onion nuggets.
They tried them. It did not work.
Stuck on onion nuggets.
I love the idea. All right, the randomizer has picked a contestant. It looks like Chad is who you'll be playing against. Chad, hello. How are you?
Great. How are you guys?
Just fine, Chad. We're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you the advantage in the game in that you will go first. You call it heads or tails.
I think heads have been winning this week. Let's go with that.
All right, let's see. Oh, it is heads.
You were paying attention, Chad.
I have been.
You're one step closer to winning these tickets to see Blue October on Saturday, August 24th.
All right. So the first question is for you, Chad. It's a multiple choice pop culture trivia. If you get the answer correctly, you get the point. If not, I'll allow Gina to answer that same question correctly, stealing your point away. We'll go back and forth till one of you gets 3 points. Madonna trivia today because it's her birthday. All right, here we go. First question.
Sorry about this.
It's all right, Chad. Yeah, apologize to your wife. Or is it the doctor? Is it your doctor? Who is it? Never mind.
No, just somebody I'm giving a ride to.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. You're an Uber driver.
Tell them to mind their own business.
All right, so Madonna. On October 2013, Madonna received a lifetime ban from the Alamo Drafthouse Theater chain because of what? Is it one, she kept saying aloud, fake, every time the shark in Jaws appeared? Or was it number two, after she was texting incessantly during a screening of 12 Years a Slave? Was it three, she didn't bathe all week prior to the screening of Gravity and she stunk up the place? Or number four, after screaming, don't go in there at the screen during Scream?
Either one or three. Let's go with one.
One, you think? Well, no.
Oh.
I mean, I bet she's stinky, but I also think she's probably texting during the movie.
So is that your answer?
Yes.
Texting is correct. During 12 Years a Slave. Can you believe
Pay
it?
attention, Madonna.
All right. Gina.
Yes.
Madonna's first album was released in July of 1983. What is the name of her first album? Is it one, There's Always Room on the Broom? Is it two, Die Another Day? Is it three, Like The Exorcist, but with more breakdancing? Or four, Madonna?
It's just Madonna.
Just Madonna.
It's just
I'm sorry, Chad. It's 2-0. It is your turn.
Yes.
All right, Chad.
Okay.
What is Madonna's longest-running number one hit on the Billboard Hot 100? Her longest-running
This is a hard
number
one.
This is hard. Is it one, Take a Bow? Is it two, Get That Bear Out of the Trash Can? Is it three, Die Another Day? Or is it 4, if looks could kill, I'd watch you die?
No clue. Let's Die Another Day.
Die Another Day? No. Terribly
Sorry, Chad. Bye-bye.
Take a bow.
Take a bow is correct.
That's 3-0, Chad. You're...
Chad, thank you for giving me plenty of leftover trivia questions for next week.
What was the Madonna Gravity one? Was she in Gravity?
No.
I didn't.
No,
she was
watching.
Oh, she was watching Gravity.
Yeah.
I missed that part.
Chad, I feel it must be so embarrassing to lose in front of the lady you're driving around. So we'll let her think you won anyway and give you these tickets to Blue October. How about that?
That's awesome. Thank you.
Hang on
I'm
the
a winner
line.
today.
Yes, you are. Hang on. Hang on
What
the
did
line.
you say?
Yay!
Hang on, and we'll get those to you.
All right. Listen, I've got to go. It's time for my mid-morning daiquiri with Mrs. Ola.
All right. All right, 7:48. It's time to award Boner of the Day.
And the boner of the day is brought to you in part by some paschetti.
Sketty?
I had paschetti for dinner.
And see movies on the big screen at local nonprofit Broadway Center cinemas this weekend. Check out La La Land and Moonlight. These films will forever be linked together. See both this weekend on Friday and Saturday. Get tickets and showtimes at slfstix.org.
Well, boner candidate number 2, the idea of using the military for civilian law enforcement being floated out there, that got almost 100 votes, 95 votes. But the winner, boner candidate number 3, because cruelty, 175 votes, and that's the winner of the boner of the day.
There you go. All right. Let me try that again.
Yeah.
Whoa!
There we go.
We need to be fully satisfied.
Yes, that's your Boner of the Day for today, April 30, 2025. Now qualified to be Boner of the Week.
Now,
Is this sponsored?
It should be.
It is not.
If you have any medical questions, Dr. Cobble is back with us. He's been missing in action the last couple of times that we're supposed to have him on, but he's back and he's ready to answer your questions. Good morning, Dr. Cobble.
Good morning.
877-602-9696. You got a ache, you got a pain, you got a what? You need to talk to Dr. Cobble. He can answer your questions. You can also text questions at 33986. Perhaps we had to talk about gallbladders.
Ooh.
Gina had hers.
I don't have one anymore, Dr. Cobble.
She had it taken out last week.
Wow, Gina. Nice.
Was not expecting that.
No.
What can you tell me what my life without my gallbladder will be like if I need to? Are you going to tell me I can't have French fries anymore? That's mostly what I'm asking.
I think your life will be remarkably better. When your gallbladder's angry, then nobody's happy.
Oh, well.
Things will be better.
So it gets.
I think if you eat a healthy diet, I think maybe occasionally.
Well,
French
now
fries,
there's
but-
the catch.
That's the trouble right there.
Yeah.
He said occasionally French fries. I heard him.
I repeat, there's the catch, the healthy diet.
Occasionally is a relative term. Like during the day, on occasion, each day,
Now,
I could have
now
French
you're starting
fries.
to sound like Bill.
Oh.
You know, every time I recommend something to Bill, he tries to find the loophole.
I always.
Now, doesn't this mean that she needs to start eating cheese? Doesn't this mean
Don't think so.
it doesn't?
No.
Okay.
No.
Sorry about that.
877-602-9696, or you can also text a question 33986. How often is it that a gallbladder goes haywire? I mean, does it happen quite a bit?
Oh, yeah, I think it's remarkably common. I think more common on the U.S. Lifestyle, but it's more common in women, and I typically see it more during pregnancy and perimenopause. So
Maybe that's
those
me.
are kind of the age groups. Yeah.
You're not pregnant.
No, but the menopause part.
Oh. And what is it? What's the function of the gallbladder?
Well, the gallbladder stores the digestive enzymes that the pancreas is making.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're eating, the gallbladder releases those enzymes to help digest the food. But the pancreas makes those enzymes and stores them in the gallbladder.
That clever pancreas.
Yeah.
And so you don't. But so it makes, if you don't have your gallbladder, it's harder to digest things. Is that correct?
Well, not necessarily. I mean, your pancreas is stimulated to make those digestive enzymes when you eat. But having them stored probably served some function in the prehistoric man that maybe had different food access, where you might have gone long periods without food.
Oh, I see.
But I think most people can live without a gallbladder and do wonderfully well, and it's pretty common to see people have their gallbladder removed. So I think what Gina experienced, I imagine you were miserable and having quite a bit of stomach discomfort and pain, and getting your gallbladder removed has made you feel remarkably better.
Yeah, I hadn't had any problem with it until I had that acute, like, I thought I was having a heart attack. That's what it felt
it's
like.
terrible. Yeah.
And then, I feel better now, so it worked.
Let's go to Marley. Hello, Marley.
Hi, Marley. How are you today?
Hi, I'm doing all right.
What's your question for Dr. Cobble?
I had gastric bypass in 2022, and after a long couple of years of health issues, like I've gained quite a bit of that weight back, I'm wondering your thoughts on GLP-1s after having that surgery.
What is that?
That's like Ozempic.
Yeah, that's the Ozempic, Mounjaro, Wegovy, Zepbound, the GLP-1s. I think they're, the only contraindication would be if you have a history of pancreatitis, then the GLP-1s are contraindicated for use. But I think that the GLP-1s are FDA approved for chronic weight loss management, and nothing works like gastric bypass besides those medications, and I think they're much more affordable and much better tolerated than the surgery. So I think that if you've gained the weight back, which is not uncommon, 2, 3, 4, 5 years after a gastric sleeve or gastric bypass, if you've regained the weight, I think seeing a clinician about a GLP-1, about one of those peptide injections weekly would be probably complimentary for your quality of life.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So do it.
Have a good day.
And here's a question related to that. If I'm on Ozempic for weight loss, do I need it to be forever?
Well, they're FDA approved to be used forever, but most people lose the significant weight in 4 to 6 months that they're looking for. And then at that point, you've got to decide, am I going to go back to the bad behavior or the complicated behavior that got me here? And what I find for most people is weight gain is kind of an addiction, and sometimes very hard to move around it. Some of us have hormones that stimulate our appetite, and that has nothing to do with what you're doing. So I think shaming people that are overweight is not the right thing. Most of my folks have done really well using them short-term for weight loss, and then they'll use it long-term for weight maintenance. Sometimes they'll space the dosing. They'll not do it every week, but that's not been studied, and that's not the way they're FDA approved. But they are FDA approved to be used forever if people wanted to.
All right. Thank you very much. We will take a break. We will be back. More questions for Dr. Cobble after these messages. 877-602-9696 is the number to call. Get your questions ready for Dr. Cobble. We prefer your phone calls, but we'll take your texts. Be sure to leave as much information as possible on them. 33986. Traffic.
Friend of the program says major slow traffic southbound I-15 just after Lagoon. Gina, you said my commute would be good. I guess I should never say that. It's I speak too soon. So sorry about that. Whatever you're seeing, let me know. Looks like northbound I-15 in Draper. There's a little bit of slowdown through there. Another friend of the program says traffic wreck at the intersection of State and Main and Mount Pleasant. Sure, we can tell you Mount Pleasant traffic. Just text it into us. Whatever you're seeing, 33986.
All right, we will take a break. We'll be back. More questions for Dr. Cobble after these. 877-602-9696. Hoops Vision Correction, HOOPES Vision.com.
Well, Hoops has been a leader in laser eye surgeries for a long time, a very long time. They really are among the best in the country. And now they have what they call the Zeiss Visimax 800. This is the most advanced laser technology available today, and Hoops has it. And Carrie and I can both attest that that they do a great job there.
And it's so easy.
Yeah. And right now you can get $1,000 off the procedure. Now, if you've been told in the past that you're not a good candidate because maybe your astigmatism is too bad or something like that, or you're just too nearsighted, well, this new laser may be the answer for you.
Yeah, they're always changing the tech, so making it easier to use.
So get $1,000 off the procedure right now. Make your no-obligation appointment by calling 877-30-LASIK, or you can make your appointment online. It's hoopsvision.com.
You know, they know I'm always looking out for different and new cereal.
Yeah.
And, Cheerios has got a bunch of different flavors.
Oh, yeah?
And they now have fruity Cheerios.
So like Fruit Loops?
That's what I said.
Yeah.
That's what they are, Fruit Loops, right?
They're made from oats, which is different than Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops are made from something else. So they're probably a little denser, but they sure look like Fruit Loops to me.
They're Fruit Loops. I mean, yeah.
You know, although one of the people said he tried them and that they were pretty good.
Bring it on. Let me eat it.
He says, new cereal alert, Fruity Cheerios taste like Fruity Pebbles with the texture of Cheerios. And that's different from Fruit Loops.
I do love Fruity Pebbles. It's been a while since I've eaten them.
Fruit Loops are a little lighter, aren't they?
Yeah, they got more air in them.
Yeah, now that I think about it, yeah.
It's all about the process.
It's been years since I've had them.
My two cereals growing up were Fruity Pebbles and Cheerios. So maybe this is right up my alley, despite
We've been having cereal around the house lately, which is very uncommon for this household. But I guess one of my kids has really started to like cereal. So we've had Cheerios, just plain regular Cheerios, which are fine, you know. I like them. You put milk and honey on them, maybe a handful of raisins if you like raisins.
Sure.
And then we've had Wheat Chex, which I like.
Those are
also.
good.
Yeah. These are basic cereals we have. And then my wife's been making granola, really good granola. Different sort of flavor every time. It's not quite the same recipe every time.
Sounds
great.
good. Sounds good.
Yeah, I haven't eaten cereal in a while. I've been trying to avoid milk outside of my coffee. It gives me the tummy troubles.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, are you lactose intolerant, Nicholas?
A little bit, for sure. My Victorian boy body can't handle most things. So,
jeez.
Inferior genes.
Yes.
My Victorian boy body.
Of course,
what does that mean?
My childhood cereals. I have too many to mention.
Yeah?
So,
Mention some.
Freakies. You ever hear of Freakies?
Never heard of Freakies.
Oh, lovely. How about, here's two I know you've not heard of, and they're partner cereals. Baron von Redberry and Sir Grapefellow.
Baron von... Well, they would bring back those characters for the Halloween cereals, wouldn't they?
No, you're thinking of the monster cereals.
Oh.
These are guys who were World War I pilots.
I just Googled it. I found it. That is great imagery.
And they became cereals.
And they were cereals.
Warring cereal characters.
Yes. Grape cereal.
Did it really taste grapey?
Yeah. Are you surprised it didn't work?
Yeah.
No. Grape cereal just doesn't.
Remember grape flavored Tang? Remember that?
Well, no, wait a minute. Let's go back. Grape cereal should work. Why not put, because we'll put fresh blackberries on cereal, or fresh blueberries. Why not grapes?
Because that's the accent and not the base.
Well, and is it a synthetic grape flavor?
Oh, very much.
Yeah, so that's not going to mix. It's not an actual grape. What was the red berry like? Is that
Baron von Redberry? It's just like it's like Frankenberry. It was a strawberry flavored.
Oh, okay.
Now, the Freakies that the chat room found is the Freakies with marshmallows. No. Do not taint my Freaky cereal with marshmallows.
Yeah, don't taint it.
Do you not like marshmallows in general?
Well, I like them okay.
Yeah.
I mean, because Frankenberry is one of my favorites. But Freakies didn't need marshmallows. They put them in there. No. Just have it.
That's when it went downhill, man.
That's when it stopped being interesting. And, of course, Quisp is the best. Anyway.
Freaky sold out, bro.
You really didn't. You stayed away from the mainstream cereals.
I did. I was more interested in these fringe cereals.
That's cool.
Like Quisp and Quake.
Yeah.
Orange Cream Pop Crunch. Oh my God,
delicious. Then there was one called Grins and Smiles and Giggles and Laughs.
That's
no.
Yeah.
How do you put that on a box?
You just put it on the box.
Small print.
Are you surprised it didn't work?
Like Ace and Tooele did.
Ace and Tooele.
How long has this been going on, Ace?
Tooele?
Tooele? That's just a little musical joke for you there. All right, 877-602-9696. That's the number you can call and ask Dr. Cobble. I know he's a doctor. I've been in his office. I've seen his medical license hanging on the wall.
He's doctored you.
Yes, he has. He doctors me on occasion.
You've had your prostate exam.
Yes. Thanks for reminding me. 877-602-9696, or you can text us at 33986. So we have some text questions there.
Yes, we got a few. Let's see. My 16-year-old jumped and fell backward and landed hard on his sacrum in a basketball game. He's having a hard time walking and sleeping, and it hurts a lot. We think he has a deep bone bruise. What is the best treatment to help with the pain?
Yeah, so the sacrum's the tailbone, and typically at donuts, you can order one of those little sponge donuts, not the kind that you eat.
Yeah.
And sitting on that takes pressure off that tailbone, and then if he's not allergic to it or it's not contraindicated, I would get an anti-inflammatory like Aleve or Advil or Motrin and take that as directed, and then you can use Tylenol with it. Ice is usually fairly good for analgesic bone pain, so icing it could have some value too if you could find a comfortable.
What if it's cracked?
Yeah, I mean it's possible that you could fracture that, but we don't do surgery for that.
There's nothing to do, huh?
It's like a broken rib, you just gotta live through it for 2 to 12 weeks, but it's probably going to have some discomfort there for 2 to 12 weeks. So I think the anti-inflammatory analgesic with the Tylenol analgesic with ice, and then that little donut foam thing. Yeah.
All right. Here's another question. Is it safe to take occasional beta blockers for anxiety with undiagnosed bradycardia? Can heart rate get too low? See, this is why we like you to call.
Yeah, I mean, so usually beta blockers for anxiety, we use really low dose, like propranolol 10 or 20 milligrams as you need it, where beta blockers for high blood pressure, we're doing 80 to 420 milligrams of propranolol. But I think it should be safe if you're getting lightheaded or dizzy or short of breath, taking the beta blocker for anxiety, and your heart rate's dropping to 40, then that's certainly a problem. But I don't think that that's an issue. If you're older with a low heart rate, there is a condition called the sick sinus syndrome. By older, I mean typically people are 65, 70, 75, 80, and their heart rate never goes high, and they need to get a pacemaker, need to see a cardiologist.
All right. Here's a question. What is the difference between a physical exam and a wellness exam?
Oh, well, I think that they're pretty similar. Some people term a physical exam and a wellness exam. A wellness exam may be more of a preventive maintenance exam.
Mm-hmm.
So some concierge practices have wellness exams, and they include EKGs and pulmonary functions and aneurysm testing and arterial blood flow testing, and they do extra blood work, where a physical exam may just be the standard little blood work, like your kidney and liver and blood sugar and cholesterol, but not do any diagnostic testing. So they may just use the stethoscope and ask you certain questions. It's a wellness exam may be more in depth, but those two terms are pretty comparative.
All right. Let's see, Dr. Cobble. I'm a woman of a certain age, and I'm losing my hair. Are there any supplements that work, or what can you suggest for hair growth?
Oh, that's a toughie. I think it's not unreasonable maybe to visit with your doctor or dermatologist, but as far as supplements go, maybe collagen type things could help. Multivitamin, vitamin D might help. There are prescription medicines like finasteride, or there are some shampoos that are prescription that may have some value. But I think that, getting your thyroid tested, hormone replacement therapy may have some value if not contraindicated. But I think that's a reasonable conversation to have with your doctor or your nurse practitioner or physician assistant.
I was surprised. Somebody was telling me that they took Rogaine orally. Rogaine was like a foam that you put on, but now there's a pill apparently.
Well, minoxidil is Rogaine. Minoxidil has been a pill forever.
Oh,
really?
It can be taken orally, and that traditionally was a blood pressure medication. So there are over 100 blood pressure medications on the market, and that was traditionally an old blood pressure medicine, but it vasodilates the capillaries in the scalp, and so that increases the blood flow to the hair follicle and helps the hair follicle grow. But it can be delivered intestinally, by mouth or topically, and it works very well topically. So minoxidil, Rogaine's over the counter. It used to be a prescription. It still can be a prescription, but that's another option that you can rub on your scalp once or twice a day, as long as it doesn't make you lightheaded or because it is a blood pressure type medication.
All right. 877-602-9696 if you have a question on the phone. Dr. Cobble, how concerned are you about the effectiveness of the flu shot this fall, since the FDA canceled the meeting to develop the one for this year? Will the drug companies fill that void?
Well, the drug companies are typically running the show on that because they manufacture it, and they manufacture that flu vaccine based on what the anticipated flu variants are going to be. So I think while it's discouraging to see the HHS and the FDA have no direction and have all of their research and grant work pulled and no longer be involved, I think that the pharmaceutical manufacturers who've made vaccines forever will continue to try to make the best product that has the best coverage and the best safety for the population, the community that they're servicing.
Thank you. That makes me feel better because I was worried about that too.
Let's see. Here's a question for Dr. Cobble. My belly button looks like it's expanding, and there is a moderate pain when I'm lifting. Could this be a hernia?
Yes. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but that sounds like a hernia to me.
That's funny because Bill, I thought you would have just asked me that question.
Texting.
About that 3 or 4 days ago, but he's shy, I guess. Well, it could be a little umbilical hernia. And so I think it's reasonable to have your medical clinician evaluate it. And that's an easy thing for them to fix laparoscopically if it is. It's pretty rare for hernias to get strangulated, but sometimes the intestine can come through there and get pinched, and then that gives you quite a bit of discomfort. But I think having a clinician evaluate it and see if you have a little umbilical hernia, reasonable.
All right, there you go.
Is that it?
That's all the time we have.
Oh, well, nice to talk to
cool.
you again, Dr. Cobble.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Thanks for the questions.
Okay, we'll see you soon.
Okay, sounds good. Have a
Bye-bye.
great week.
Okay.
Oh, we didn't have time for how can I get my fart unstuck? Somebody said.
Oh, no. Well,
Save
see,
that for
that's why
next
it's important to
time.
call in, you know.
Save that for next
My
time.
fart is stuck. What can I do?
Keep telling people that's why it's important to call.
Let's see. Crash I-215 southbound near the on-ramp from 7th North. Wet roads and rain are enhancing delays, which stretch back to 2200 North. Looks like there's some slowage going northbound I-15 through Sandy. Also a little bit in Draper, also northbound. And Farmington, southbound I-15 through that area. Still those issues up in West Haven. This is a crash affecting two directions of traffic up there. And whatever you're seeing, please text us and let us know. 33986.
All right. Beat Gina. Coming up after these messages and a song. Beat Gina, easy to play, easy to win the prize. It's multiple choice, pop culture trivia. What is the prize today?
Tickets to Kilby Block Party happening May 15th through the 18th at Utah State Fair Park.
Kilby Block Party tickets. And because it is Gal Gadot's birthday today, Wonder Woman trivia.
Okay.
Not just the movies.
All Wonder Woman.
All Wonder
Okay.
Woman trivia. So 877-602-9696. Call, play, win. It is Beat Gina. Stand by for that. Okay. UtahAdvocates.com.
Yeah, the advocates. Look, if you've been hurt in an accident and you're pretty sure it's not your fault, contact the advocates immediately. Or if it's somebody in your family, contact the advocates for your family member. They can pretty well determine on the phone what's what, whether you have a case or not. They don't charge you for the phone call, and when they take your case, you don't pay any money out of pocket. The way the advocates get paid is when they get you a settlement.
And this is the last day that they are collecting items and money for the Murray Children's Pantry. They need non-expired, non-perishable foods to feed some hungry bellies. So you can donate the food, or even better, if you're able to donate some money, and you can do it easily via Venmo at Advocates Donations.
So for the phone call to the advocates, 801-355-5550. That's 801-355-5550, or you can go online, UtahAdvocates.com. University of Utah Library archive of all this radio stuff. And there's an interview here with Tom Barberi, Gina's dad, an interview conducted by Glenda Reeson. And it's a transcript of it. And should we do a little bit of this? Did it open for you?
It's being very difficult.
I mean, I can just read it if you want, but...
Oh, there we go. Okay.
So Glenda Reeson, so Phil Reeson was Tom's sports guy, or just partner on the radio?
They did news.
He did news and stuff. And so Glenda was his wife.
Mm-hmm.
So she's interviewing Tom Barberi, and this is at Call Radio. And Call Radio. And this is in 1985.
Okay.
And they're talking about somebody named Benny, who I think is the station owner.
Station manager owner, yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
should we start with...
you want to be Glenda or you want to be Tom?
I'll be Tom.
Okay, I'll be Glenda. I would like to ask you, Tom, to give me your job description.
What's a job description?
Well, then let me ask you, do you consider yourself a DJ or a radio personality?
Glenda's doing a project on the radio, so we have to do an interview thing. Job description. I'd like to know what the answer is to that one.
Well, I thought about interviewing Benny. Maybe I'll just have to ask him the same question.
That would be an interesting answer. I would like to know what his job description is.
No, what his idea of your job description is.
Oh, my job description is play lots of commercials and make Benny rich, I suppose. Well, job description.
Well, you like being called a DJ, or would you rather be called a personality?
Well, DJ is not a bad term, except it is misleading because it means a disc jockey, and I haven't played a disc in years. I think DJ is the term that fits more in the top 40, more music-formatted radio stations. They're legitimate disc jockeys, per se. I guess the job description, for lack of a better term, is to call us personalities, which means that we are supposed to be unique individuals and we do unique and individual things on the radio. That'll work as a job description, I guess.
Well, I bought this book because I wanted to read you. I mean, this is what they're teaching in college. I wanted to read this little section to you. When he is describing DJs or radio personalities, he says, the author, most DJs have giant egos. Most male DJs I know are 5 or 6 inches shorter than the norm and have 3 things in common. They're generally insecure, divorced, and almost always attractive.
That's about 95% correct, I would say.
His feeling about DJs, they are real unique people, but I don't think that they're always hyperactive.
No.
Are you insecure?
Very. Oh, I think so. Ask Harpo, he knows. I think everybody in this kind of business, whether you want to call it show business or whatever, you have to have basic insecurities. And I think that's probably the fuel that makes you run, because you have to have that content, that constant need to be liked and constant need for approval. And that's what we do as performers. We're looking for approval. We want the laugh or the applause or the strokes that you get from people saying that they like what you do and support and so on. So the basic insecurities feed the fire that keeps you trying to perform.
Well, does it have to do with ego, or are those two separate? Because there is a basic insecure personality. Does that mean your ego's oversized, or do you...
I'm not a psychiatrist, but I would say that you can't separate the two, because the ego and the insecurity, I think both of them work together to make us run. Because I work very hard every morning for 4 solid hours to try to better what I did yesterday or better what I did the previous hour, try to come up with something new that's going to make somebody say, hey, did you hear that Tom this morning? That's my goal, is to get people to listen and then maybe comment on the fact that I said something either funny or interesting or something that piqued their interest.
Well, do you consider yourself easygoing as opposed to being an intense person?
Very.
You're very easygoing?
Oh, I think so.
And is your desk neat all the time?
Really? It's organized disorder. I like things in their place. I need everything to be cleaned up and proper. I can't stand mess for some reason. Is that true?
Yeah.
Was he clean freak?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Things have to be very orderly. And it's just that way in the studio. I've got to have everything just so, otherwise it upsets me mentally for some stupid reason. I don't know what. I like things all in their place and everything is very neat. I don't think I'm hyperactive. If anything, I'm a very lazy person.
Yes.
I'm only hyperactive between 6 and 10 when I'm doing my show. Then it's a constant high-speed whirlwind of mental activity.
But to most people, that is 8 hours worth of work.
To do what I think is a good show, or to do what I really think is what I'm paid to do, at 10 o'clock, I'm mentally exhausted. I'm really tired. It takes me about a half hour to come down from that high level. Mm-hmm. I had a couple of these blood pressure tests when the different health organizations were around. They'd come out for a promotion. They took my blood pressure when I'm off the air, and it's absolutely skyrocketing. When after I come off the air, my body comes back to some semblance of normalcy, and I don't have high blood pressure. But for those 4 hours, I'm at such an emotional peak that by 10 o'clock, I'm really tired, kind of wiped out.
And you still say you're easygoing.
Very, after 10 o'clock.
After 10 o'clock.
I'm not demanding.
I've jumped around on the question, so I'll have to check my notes. Let's look at your background. Where are you from and how you got started in the business? Is this interesting?
For me, I don't know.
Well, we do the show for us.
Yeah.
You know.
This is my dad's been gone for a while. This is nice to have him around.
Talk a little bit about how you got started. Before we start that, would you tell me your age range?
My age range? I'm between birth and death. Partly close to the latter at this point.
Well, I know what you are. I know that you are about my age.
42, barely. The ink's not even dry on the card that I never got. Paper's even worn off on the present that I didn't receive.
Your background?
Background. I was born in a small farm community, just a farming background. All my family's a big, all-Italian family, all farmers and ranchers. I grew up in San Jose, all the normal stuff. Went to high school, went to college, went to 3 colleges. Because of athletics, I went to 3 different colleges, played football, wrestled in college, San Jose City College, Idaho State University, Cal Poly, Luis Obispo. I left college before getting a degree because I was injured and I couldn't play sports anymore, which was the only reason for going to school, right? Drink beer, play football, chase girls. I was a failure in all 3. I was good at drinking beer.
Were you a loner or outgoing? Were you more secure with a group of people?
We'll have to continue.
Oh, I need to know what happened.
Well, it's all.
Well, you can look it up for yourself. It's at the University of Utah. You see, there are dozens of these oral histories of people who are in media.
Mm-hmm.
Many of the names you do not recognize, and some of the names you think, how the hell they're there and I'm not?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing with most of them.
I think we need to get in touch with the head of the communications department.
Give them our stuff.
We have a bunch of stuff.
Well, I think maybe the communication department at the library too.
Craig Worth.
Yeah, Craig Worth.
Dr. Craig. Because on this day in 1983, Valley Girl was released in theaters. The soundtrack full of
alternative hits.
Full of great. We could play a whole show with just tracks, and maybe we will the rest of the show.
Okay,
I don't know.
we
We'll
could
see.
do that.
But,
You'll get no complaints from me?
That's Plimsoll's A Million Miles Away from the Valley Girl soundtrack. Okay, time for Beat Gina, brought to you by
X96 presents Kill Bee Block Party May 15th through the 18th at Utah State Fair Park, featuring Weezer, New Order, Beach House, Devo, and more. Get your tickets in the full lineup at x96.com.
Well, we'll get to the game in just a moment. But first, your announcer, Johnny Ola, needs to earn some money to keep us in business.
Okay.
So may I say, gee, your hair smells terrific.
Oh, thank you.
Introducing new and improved Gee, your hair smells terrific shampoo. There's a picture of it there if you go to x96.com/live.
Sure.
Gee, your hair smells terrific is better than ever for hair that looks and feels its best too. New G shampoo is extra rich and thick, so you get a head full of shiny, clean, super fresh hair. New G conditioner is especially enriched so that it gives you sensational manageability. And of course, new improved G still leaves your hair smelling terrific. Slightly spicy, slightly flowery, just the way you like it. Try new and improved G Your Hair, and shampoo smells terrific for clean, bouncy, fabulously fragrant hair. And now, here's the game show host who always smells terrific.
Oh, there you go.
Carrie Jackson.
G, your hair, and they just called it G. I don't remember just calling it G.
No, it was always G, your hair smells terrific.
Your hair smells terrific.
Yeah.
But sometimes in the print ads and the radio ads, we say G.
God forbid Joe Biden be in that ad. All right. Let's see. The randomizer has picked a contestant. Mark is here. Hello, Mark. Are you there?
I'm here.
All right, Mark. We're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you the advantage in the game if you call it correctly. Heads or tails?
We're going heads.
All right.
Going heads.
It is tails.
Oh, should have gone tails. That's all right.
That's all right. That means Gina goes first. First question is for her to answer on her own with no interference from you, Mark. Multiple choice pop culture trivia. If she gets it correct, she gets the point. If not, Mark was paying attention, and he's going to answer that same question correctly, stealing Gina's point away. We'll go back and forth till one of you gets 3 points. All right, because it is Gal Gadot's birthday today, Wonder Woman trivia.
But not just hers, anything.
Not just hers, but all the incarnations of Wonder Woman.
Okay.
All right, Gina, first question. Who was Wonder Woman's first love interest? Who was Wonder Woman's first love interest? Was it 1, Plastic Man? You do not want to see that artwork.
No.
Is it 2, Harley Quinn? You do, in fact, want to see that artwork.
Okay.
Was it 3, Superman? or was it 4, Steve Trevor?
I mean, I always thought Steve was gay, but
Really?
but we'll go Steve.
Steve is correct.
What made you think Steve was gay?
I don't know. I just always got a. I don't know.
Well, that was that was Lyle Wagner.
Lyle Wagner always
Well,
gay.
and he was not gay.
It's not Lyle Wagner. It's Lyle Wagner.
Wagoner, because he made the Star Wagon.
That's right.
All right, it's 1-0.
All right, then, Mark, next question for you. Who gifted Wonder Woman her powers? Who gifted Wonder Woman her powers? Was it 1, Jeebus? It's in the Bible. Is it 2, Bob Barker on the Most Epic Showcase Showdown? Was it 3, the Greek gods? Or 4, the Lady of the Lake?
Oh, some good options. I'd really like number 1. I'm gonna go. Ooh, Lady of the Lake.
Lady of the Lake is King Arthur.
Yeah.
Terribly sorry.
No, that's not right.
It's the Greek gods.
Greek gods.
2-0. And Gina controls the question.
Well,
It's about time for Bye-Bye Mark.
I was looking that way. Gina,
What
symbol is famously displayed on Wonder Woman's chest?
Okay.
What symbol? Is it 1, the Walmart logo? Well, there's 2 of them, actually. Is it 2, the number of the beast? Is it 3, an eagle? Or 4, an 8-pointed star?
I don't know. I don't know.
Ask Lyle Wagner.
He wouldn't know.
Oh, that's right. He's gay.
Because he's apparently gay.
I just always.
According to Gina.
8-pointed star.
8-pointed star is actually Captain Marvel.
Oh.
Sorry
Oh,
about
you get
that.
back in the game here,
Oh,
Mark.
boy. Here we go.
You want me to repeat them?
We're gonna go with the double Walmart logo.
Oh, jeez.
2 Walmart logos?
Yeah, no.
No,
No.
it's an eagle.
It's an eagle.
It's an eagle.
All right.
Is an eagle?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's 2-0 Gina's favor, but Mark still controls the question.
Mark, what will cause Wonder Woman to lose her powers? What will cause Wonder Woman to lose her powers? Is it 1, having her bracelets chained together? Is it 2, removing her tiara? Is it 3, mansplaining Apocalypse Now? Or 4, taking away her Discover card?
I'm gonna go with number 1 on this one.
Having her bracelets chained together.
Well, there you go. You got a point. It's still 2-1, and Gina controls the question.
Gina.
Okay.
Which mythical hero is frequently depicted alongside Wonder Woman?
Okay.
Lyle Wagner.
Which mythical hero depicted alongside Wonder Woman typically? Is it 1, the winged horse Pegasus? Is it 2, Hercules? Is it 3, Lyndon Baines Johnson? Or 4, the ghost of Christmas Past?
Again, I don't know. I'm going to go with Pegasus.
Pegasus is there to trick you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You want to tie it up here, Mark?
Ooh, can I get a repeat on that?
Is it, well, not 1 because that's the incorrect. Is it 2, Hercules? Is it 3, Lyndon Baines Johnson? Or 4, the ghost of Christmas Past?
Oh, Lord.
Don't think Hercules. I don't know the next one.
Maybe you should rethink Hercules.
Well, let's go with Hercules.
That's no. Sorry, no.
No?
It's not over. No.
Oh, Jesus.
No. It's 2-2. And
Hold on, you don't know the third one?
And Mark, you don't know who Lyndon Baines Johnson is? He's Lionel Wagner's lover.
No, he used to.
right.
He was
Yeah.
a president of the United States.
2-2.
Give me an easy one to
Mark,
get
no,
this over
no,
with.
it's Mark's question.
is it
Mark's question.
Yeah.
Give him an easy one to get this over with.
All right, Mark. No, I'm curious actually.
I'm having really a lot of fun.
What was the island where Wonder Woman was born? What was the name of the island? I'm curious about Mark here.
Yeah.
Is it 1, Gilligan's?
Mm-hmm.
Is it 2, Staten? Is it 3, Carpathos? Or 4, Themyscira?
Ooh, Well, we're going to go with number 4 on this one, and hopefully we're doing better.
That is correct.
And you win the game somehow, Mark.
Somehow.
Somehow you have won the game.
You got those Kilby Block Party tickets.
Congratulations.
May 15th through the 18th at Utah State Fair Park.
Way to go, Mark. Hang on.
Get out of here.
Thank you to you, Gina.
Hang on,
Mark.
Doesn't LBJ.
I've got to get home. Mrs. Ola has a new shampoo for me to try.
Oh.
It's Gosh, Your Hair Smells Terrific.
Oh, okay. All right, big boy news now. Brought to you by
2 epic shows, 1 mind-blowing experience. Laser AC/DC, rock legends brought to life in lasers. Laser Taylor Swift Volume 2, bigger, brighter, better than ever. Now playing only at the Hanson Dome Theater. You can get tickets at clarkplanetarium.org.
Ben Affleck. Ask him, what is the very best work you have ever done? And he will say, the commentary track on the DVD of Armageddon.
He's pretty funny on it, actually.
He appeared. Really?
Yeah, apparently.
Huh.
He rips it apart and makes jokes about it.
I see.
Yeah.
He says, I was surprised when I heard Criterion was doing Armageddon. I didn't think of it as that kind of a movie when we did it. Affleck said while holding the disc for the 1998 feature. And in retrospect now, I feel like my best work in my career is the commentary on this disc. People approach me to talk about the commentary on the disc as much as they do movies that I've been in. And it's because I didn't know any better than to be really honest. I won't spoil it for those of you who are interested. It's an achievement that I'm proud of and didn't intend it to be as good as I now think it is at the time. So apparently he was just being honest and joking around about this stupid movie.
There's a section where it's him and the director.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked the director, just curious, why are you sending up oil workers and not astronauts? Why are you doing this? And the director's going, shut up! Just shut up!
Don't
Not taking it well, huh? Let's see. After 9 seasons as part of University of Utah Athletics, the school's beach volleyball program is being eliminated. Tuesday's announcement comes just days after the team fell in the semifinals of the Big 12 tournament in a 3-1 loss to Arizona State. The Utes ended the season with 21 wins, making it the winningest season in Utah beach volleyball history. Head coach Brenda Whicker, a member of the Utah Athletics Hall of Fame, announced her retirement immediately following the conference tournament loss. Beach volleyball became part of the athletic program as a varsity sport in 2017 when the school was still a member of the Pac-12 conference. Utah currently competes in the Big 12, and there are only 3 other schools participating in that sport. This was an extremely difficult decision, but we did not arrive at the conclusion without a significant and appropriate amount of thought, consideration, and consultation, said the Utah Athletics director, Mark Harlan. He said, with only 12 beach volleyball programs among the 4 power conferences, it just doesn't appear the sport is expanding, and the school is not providing the world-class experience we seek to provide our student athletes. He said scholarships that some of them have will be honored, still honored, and there are apparently a few incoming students who on scholarship who are coming to play beach volleyball on scholarship, and they're not going to have a program to play, so he said, but we'll honor those scholarships as well. The number of hikers and bikers along the Wasatch Front is growing, yet over the next 2 summers, they're going to find fewer quick options for escaping crowds.
Yep.
Starting Thursday, a road improvement project will close Upper Mill Creek Canyon Road to all travelers. The road, which is popular with cyclists and its handful of trailheads, are scheduled to remain closed through at least the fall of 2026, with one exception. Non-motorized access will be allowed from December 15th to March 15th when construction is paused. They're not going to be working on it during that time. Officials from the United States Forest Service in Salt Lake County and the city of Mill Creek acknowledge the extended road closure may aggravate those who have come to enjoy escaping to places like Dog Lake and Mount Airy. The project will also temporarily put more pressure on trails lower in the canyon, potentially making them even more crowded. Still, officials say that near-term pain will lead to long-term gains. Thousands of kids learned and grew up inside the walls of the 75-year-old Wasatch Elementary School, and if those walls could talk, they'd have beautiful stories to tell, but they're old and unsafe. After a land swap agreement with Brigham Young University, a new $44 million campus was built. Children have been attending there at the new Utah campus since January, said Caleb Price, Provo City School District Director of Communications. Been a lot of excitement. People are excited for the new school, the new location. But the new school is now crumbling. A few weeks ago, educators noticed asphalt cracking in the south parking lot near the retaining wall. The southwest corner started to collapse.
Wow.
So we brought back the original architects and engineers to take a closer look. Wasn't good. They started digging to find potential underground leaks. They found significant mountain runoff pooling in the southwest campus spot. It went from an 8x6 sinkhole to now the whole side of the big retaining wall is gone. And it's happening while the kids are still there at school. I mean, they're afraid that it's going to be dangerous.
Wow.
That water is leaking into this new building, and it's going to be a big problem to get that fixed. Governor Cox said nicely but firmly, "We are in a time of profound stupidity."
Yes, I agree.
Well, what is he talking about?
China has 30 nuclear reactors under construction, Utah's governor said, but in his lifetime, only a few have been built in the United States. He stressed fortune favors the bold.
Well, bold, or the fact that we don't have a proper amount of water to cool a nuclear reactor.
Build Here is a nuclear energy summit that Cox convened Tuesday in Draper. We want to be the center of excellence, he said. There is a nuclear renaissance happening, and it's happening in Utah. At Tuesday's event, Cox was joined by Wyoming Governor Mark Gordon and Idaho Governor Brad Little. They signed a memorandum of understanding that solidifies the regional effort to lay a policy platform for energy development. Idaho already has a nuclear reactor. I don't know how much power it provides, but they do have one, and they have had for years.
Yeah, but he's going to build one that's not regulated as strongly as it should be because, they don't believe in federal regulations or state regulations for that matter. Let a private company take care of that. What could go wrong?
Let's see. Oh, this is... So almost a year after her 2024 death, Julia Reagan, the Utah woman whose family honored her legacy with billboards, is being featured on some new designs. There are new billboards going up. They have been redesigned, and she is still on them. The previous billboards have been on display since Julia passed away in June of 2024, bringing her to the forefront of local internet culture. Utahns dressed up as Julia Reagan billboards for Halloween, and even got tattoos in her honor.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's a lovely thing that they said, we have these billboards, and the ones that are not being used, we do this to honor the guy's wife and our mother, Julia Reagan. The new billboards are really nice. They're springy looking, light, bright colors, different pictures of Julia, so they're lovely. Her husband, William Reagan, owns the company. And by the way, they are suing the University of Utah Hospital, alleging that negligence there led to her death.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in February of... they filed the lawsuit in February of 2025.
All right. Sports, weather, traffic.
Well, as you guys know,
yes,
Saturday is the 151st running of the Kentucky Derby, and I have your picks.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Our horse picks.
What?
Okay.
Carrie, you have your choice because I have two geek-related horses as a possibility for you.
Okay.
Final Gambit.
Okay.
Or, what's the other one?
I don't know.
Sandman.
I'll go with Final Gambit.
Okay. Bill, you get your horse has 3-1 odds, so this is a good pick for you. It's journalism.
That's the name of the horse?
That's the name of the horse.
All right.
Katie, your pick is Flying Mohawk.
Flying Mohawk.
And mine is Luxor Cafe. There's an Egypt-related named horse.
I thought it was because you had You had a really good bagel there.
I thought it was Cheesecake Factory.
No,
really.
no, it's the Luxor Cafe. It's a town in Egypt. So, those are your picks. The race is Saturday.
Thank you.
Let's see weather. So spotty sprinkles today, 63 for a high, overnight low 44. Thursday, things will warm up and the sun will come out, a 70 for a high tomorrow, 76 Friday, so we warm up quite a bit. We'll be 80 by Saturday, so big fast warm up we have. Then next chance of showers looks like it's Saturday night into Sunday. Traffic, let me refresh and make sure I've got all the most up-to-date information for you. A crash, I-215 southbound near the on-ramp from 7th North. Looks like that's about it. And you haven't sent anything in via text, but you certainly can let us know what you're seeing out there. 33986. Tired of paying too much for concerts? Experience great live music and enjoy adult beverages without paying stupid prices at Salt Lake's coolest venues. Don't miss March 4th with Banshee Tree this Thursday, May 1st at the Commonwealth Room. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
All right, we will take a break. We will be back after these messages with your list of things that must go. Stand by for that.
Listen to Radio.
I do, but I remember early this morning, you said you had a surprise.
Well,
did you already give me the surprise
no.
and I didn't notice?
Save it for. I'll do it tomorrow. I don't have it ready now. I didn't.
Oh, so it's nothing. It's not something to eat.
No.
All right. Well, then I don't care.
I mean, it is.
What?
In a way, something to eat.
Well, then I'll start to care again.
All right.
You'll have to listen tomorrow.
Okay.
So instead, you have a list?
Yes.
I'll listen tomorrow.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
Now, yesterday we were talking about how weird and inappropriate it is when you take pictures, like selfies with someone in a casket or someone dying in a hospital.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It is.
I think so.
Disrespectful.
But it made me think about other things, and there's a list for every.
Sure.
And this is the top 15 things you should never do at a funeral.
I'm going to guess I've done most of them.
Never do at a funeral.
Number one, being late.
Oh,
yeah, I've done that. I'm going to be late. I'll probably be late for my own funeral.
Hey! It is hard enough dealing with having a funeral for a loved one, but watching people come in, it'd be better if you didn't come.
Traffic was bad.
Yeah.
What can I do?
Dressing inappropriately.
Yes.
Now, you don't have to wear black,
I
but
thought it was a costume party.
haven't you ever been in a funeral and people are dressed like they're going to a club after?
Mm-hmm.
Be
No, I mean, they get dressed up for the club. I mean,
or wearing pajamas and slippers.
These are people with T-shirts.
We're going to a Hawaiian party later.
Yeah, or ball caps.
Yes.
No ball caps
All the time,
at a funeral. Yeah. It's one of those things where if you're not going to dress up for that, are you ever going to put on nice clothes for anything?
I don't have any nice clothes.
You have something that's nicer than a T-shirt. Being on your phone.
Yes.
Now, I'm not even just talking about talking on your phone, sitting on your phone and scrolling and pay attention to the speakers. Pay attention to the service.
I'm not dexterous enough or limber enough to sit on my phone and then scroll through it.
Talking during the service.
Yes. So far, you're hitting all of these things happened at my father's funeral.
Really?
Yeah. So far, you're hitting them all.
And it's hard enough for the family without, and I'm sure, Carrie, periodically throughout the funeral, you were irritated about these things.
Mm-hmm. Does it anywhere say there, don't show up drunk?
Well, let me see. We're not to the end of the list yet.
If it says that, if it says don't show up drunk, I won't hold any truck with this list at all.
Bringing uninvited guests. This isn't a plus one. Or funeral tourism.
I don't know why you would do that anyway.
This one I don't know.
You want to be my date to the funeral? No.
This one I may have happened at my father's funeral. I didn't notice it.
Let's see. Bringing flowers when the family has specifically said, in lieu of
In lieu of
flowers,
flowers.
please donate to.
I think every funeral I've been to, there has been some, in lieu of flowers, and there's still flowers there.
This says, failing to follow the procession etiquette. Funeral procession is a significant ritual, pays respect to the deceased, involving specific traditions, such as driving with lights on or maintaining a close following distance. If you're part of the procession, make sure you are doing those things.
I know that the funeral directors take great pains to remind everybody, you don't have license to go through red lights and stuff. You have to follow traffic laws, because a lot of people think, hey, I'm in a funeral procession.
Everything will stop for respect seating arrangements. Sometimes they're very specific about.
We have the bride's side and the groom's side. That's the way it goes.
Sign the guest book at the funeral. Don't forget to do that, because the family is busy and they're not. They might not notice that you came. And it's nice to have.
But I wonder, do people look at those afterwards?
Sure, for that very reason. You're focused on. You don't know who was there and who wasn't there, and it's nice. It is nice to look back and go, oh, I didn't know
that son
Johnny
of a
Jackson
bitch didn't
came.
come. That son of a bitch didn't come.
Yeah. And lastly, it's the thing we were talking about yesterday. Don't take pictures of the
selfies.
The selfies of the open casket.
So there's no rule there about showing up drunk.
No.
Okay, good.
Now, a lot of times, and I get this, the family isn't all together in one place, dressed up at the same. It's like you go to a wedding and this happens, and a funeral. Now, if you want to take a family picture, I get it. Not in front of the casket.
Not in front of the casket.
Go somewhere else and take a nice picture of the family.
All right. Fine.
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
But there was nothing there about showing up drunk.
No. So you're okay then. You're good.
At 33986.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
Things that are bugging you, things that you can't stand anymore. You got to get it off your chest, and the best way to do that is to send it to us at Radio from Hell, and we'll take it on for you. If we read your must go on the air, maybe it'll make you feel better, and sometimes these things disappear from your life, we understand. Just send your must goes to radiofromhell@x96.com. Put must go in the subject line, and there you are. I'll go first today. I have one of my own must go, witches. Witches must
you
go.
You were out for witches today.
I am done with those witches. I'm just done with them. Let's see. This one says, thank you for keeping me company in the morning, and a preemptive thank you for making the following list of things leave this existence. TV remotes that require a fingernail to operate the buttons must go. While helping my mother to get her TV operational, I couldn't get a remote to work. It worked for her with the buttons I told her to push, but for my fat fingers with newly cut fingernails, no dice.
Oh.
Eventually, I found that my right fourth digit had more of a fingernail that would hub the remote button well inside the housing to achieve operational success.
It's very specific.
The laser level that I'm using needed to be exact height of my eyeballs for the project I've been doing must go. You know, like the warning says, don't look at the laser. Well, that's why my eyes hurt all the time, and as while I'm writing this. Finally, lymphoma must go. Signed, Johnny B. This one, I don't get this one. Let's see. Hi, this is Bruce from West Valley. Guest speakers in the office must go. We're just trying to eat our sack lunches and talk to our coworkers about how long we'll have our jobs given the tariff situation. I don't need to hear someone ask an uninvolved crowd What is UY? What? I don't know what that.
Well, not that, but just the guest speakers. Just let us have lunch. You don't have to bring in a guest speaker while we're having.
I don't know what is UY. I don't know what that means.
think
Must
there
be
was
a
a
misprint or something.
Typo or something.
And then this one says, what must go is the pretentious use of the word y'all when talking or texting. Now, if you're actually from a part of the country where that word is actually used, well, fine. But if not, you just sound like a pretentious ass. I was being yelled at by a white woman with a Utah accent that kept saying y'all to me. I was thinking how idiotic it sounded, and it was very obvious that she wasn't from the South, where this is a common word. It feels like cultural misappropriation. I've noticed it starts being used by Trumpers on social media, and that also makes it annoying. Unless you're actually from the South and grew up using y'all, shut your pretentious mouth. Thank you for being there and letting me vent. Sincerely yours, Matt. All right, that's it. Gary?
Disagree with Matt.
That's okay.
Y'all disagree with him?
I think y'all is perfectly acceptable.
Must go. These are your things, though?
It's your thing, so. All right. This one from the foot of Mount Doom. When you randomly adjust your ringer volume during the day without realizing it, and then when your alarm goes off in the morning, it's super quiet and you can barely hear it. Or the other way around, it's suddenly super loud and it scares you. All right. This one from, does not say I can say the name. Taking out the trash must go. It's overflowing and it just taunts me. The more it overflows, the less I want to take it out. I wish it would just take itself out.
Yeah.
Okay. This one from Mixer Driver Shane. Good morning, Lords. It's okay to use my name. Something that must go is people who litter. How hard is it to pack it in, pack it out? For the love of God, make trash holes go away. This one from, does not say. People who park in front of pumps and don't get gas. Who's doing that?
Well, you're running in to get a soda.
Yeah.
Go.
People do it. People do it.
They shouldn't. All right. And this one from Tony. My things that must go are getting wet at the Fight the Oligarchy rally because of the automated sprinklers on the north side of the Huntsman Center were activated. Were they automatic?
Carrie's suspicious.
Heartburn after devouring a chili cheese dog. I hope at the rally. And being so old that I'm unaware that Zaza is a term for marijuana.
I don't know that either.
No idea, Tony. Go ahead, Gina.
One from me. When you do the Flonase in the morning, and then 30 seconds later you sneeze, and you're like, "Well,
it's all gone now."
But I can't put more in because what if I don't want to over Flonase.
Because I keep getting told how extraordinarily addictive it is.
I hate that. Let's see, this from Linda. I live near the Salt Lake Country Club, and this must go. Preteens driving golf carts on busy streets, sometimes with 6 kids inside. My daughter calling me at work to say, "Hey, Mom, I forgot to tell you I accidentally dropped your toothbrush in the toilet." And I said, "Oh, that's okay. I'll get a new one." To which she replied, "No, I did it yesterday." Oh, gross. Thanks for letting me vent. I feel better already. Love you all. This from Please Don't Use My Name. I was on a plane flying out of Texas. What must go is being worried that my MMR vaccine will work. Seeing a Make America Healthy Again hat on the plane also must go.
Yeah.
And finally this. Love listening to you guys. Don't use my name, but feel free to use his. Things that must go. People fighting over S after our final parent died. Grow the F up, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeffrey.
You heard him, Jeffrey.
All right.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
Exit ramp from northbound I-15 to 12th Street in Ogden is blocked with emergency vehicles on the right side. Traffic squeezing by on the left shoulder for now, it looks like. We have a crash eastbound I-215 south at 12th West on the left shoulder. Crash southbound I-215 7th North. And whatever you're seeing, you can always text us 33986 Haster Games for board games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice, paints, and more. Haster Games, 6831 South State, or HasterGames.com.
All right. Thank you very much, KXRK Provo. We've got some messages, a song, and then it's the Boner Recap game. Easy to play, easy to win. All you have to do is call and tell us who won the Boner this morning. If you were listening, you know. If you weren't listening, I wouldn't guess today. No, I would cheat. Go to x96.com, look for the box that says Boner Voting April 30, 2025. Click on there. It'll say winner next to the winner. And what is the prize if you tell us who the winner is?
Tickets to see the Used May 6th at the Union Event Center.
So, Used tickets. All you have to do is tell us who won the Boner this morning. 877-602-9696. Call when you feel. The sooner the better, though. Best to line up and get ready to play to win the Boner Recap game. ZeroRes.com.
You know what else must go?
What?
The up to 40 pounds of dust, dirt, and debris that can be hanging out in your 40 pounds.
Skin particles.
I don't want to think about that.
Can be hanging out in your carpet and in your upholstery. It's time to call Zero Res for spring cleaning. Lots of reasons to use this. There's lots of carpet cleaning companies out there. You want to use Zero Res because they have patented technology that does not use detergents. The detergents have a tendency to leave a residue in your carpet, and then you get that crunchy carpet syndrome. And that's only after the couple of days it takes for it to dry. With Zero Res, it dries in hours, not days. And they've got a special going on right now. Get 3 rooms cleaned for only $119, plus a hallway free when you mention X96. And when do you mention X96? Well, when you call them, 866-0RES, or you can go online and book it there, ZeroRes.com. Do it now. Schedule your appointment.
Well, if you're like me, you can't hardly wait for another edition of Beat Gina. I'm your announcer, Johnny Ola, and as a big-time radio announcer, I get to hang out with all kinds of important people and celebrities, and that includes my pal, Howdy Doody. And Howdy said to me yesterday, "Boy, oh boy, Johnny, you have to try my favorite treat." "And what's that, Howdy?" I asked. "Why, it's marshmallow crispy squares, and you can make them in just 9 minutes. Yes, sirree. Mrs. Ola should make some for the kids tonight. Wow. It's so easy, and once the little ones taste them, they'll make them for themselves. Kellogg's Rice Krispies and marshmallows. They're sweet on each other, and they're at your grocer now." And I said, "Thanks, Howdy." And now, speaking of sweet treats, here's your MC, your host for the Beat Gina program, Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome.
Professional game show announcer.
Would you like me to introduce you to Howdy sometime?
No. I'm
good.
Great fun.
I'm concerned that you had a dialogue with him.
We hang around all the time.
All right, the randomizer has picked a contestant. It looks like, Gina, you'll be playing against these guys here in the studio from Advanced Windows. You'll be playing against Nate and Jake. But
yeah.
On behalf of Canyon.
Oh, Canyon, you're a lucky person.
Canyon,
actually, it's my first time calling, so.
Oh, well, welcome.
Well, Canyon.
We're excited.
Well,
good morning.
These guys are playing on behalf of you, so.
We're going to win. We came to win.
You guys better win.
Came to win Cage the Elephant tickets. They're coming to Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater June 20th, featuring special guests Young the Giant and Macabre.
I think you will win because, Nate was in the NFL for 7 years.
Lots of experience.
Oh, yes.
He knows all about the Toy Story movies. Then,
obviously,
it's part of the training. Let's toss a coin to see who goes first. Let's see, Canyon, you call it. Heads or tails?
Heads.
All right. Yeah, it is heads. You guys go first. Yes. And this question is for you to answer. It's multiple choice. You answer it exclusively. You get it right, you get the point. If not, I'll allow Gina to answer the same question and steal your point away. Because Toy Story 3 was released on this day in 2010, we've got all kinds of Toy Story movie trivia for you. All right. First question. Gentlemen, in Toy Story, the original, when Woody is sitting on the bed talking with Slinky Dog, behind him there is a drawing of Woody on the wall behind him. What is the significance of this drawing? Is it 1, it's from Donald Trump's cognitive test? They asked me to draw a cowboy. I drew the cowboy. I aced it. People come up to me, tears in their eyes. Big men said, it's the best cowboy they've ever seen. Is it number 2? It's a reproduction of an ancient cave drawing. Did cowboys travel from the future?
Yes.
Find out tonight on Ancient Aliens. Is it number 3, John Lasseter's son drew it?
Oh.
Or 4, this is an early concept sketch of the Woody character. What do you think?
What do you fellas think? I'm at a loss.
I'm going to go with the last one, number 4.
4? Early concept sketch? What do you think?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's go 4.
All right. That's correct.
Ah.
There you go.
Good.
Yeah.
You totally knew that.
Totally.
You see,
not
that's
a
that.
My NFL training is paid
That's
off.
what I was going to say. It's that NFL training.
No, there was sweating over on that side of the table. I'm telling you right now.
It's 1-0. Now Gina's turn.
Gina,
Yes.
the carpet in Sid's house
Yes.
has the same pattern as the carpet from what? I know this. Is it 1, the Overlook Hotel from The Shining? Is it 2, the Brady house carpet from the horror movie Brady Killer? Is it 3, Andy's carpet? Or 4, Patrick Bateman's condo?
It is the shining carpet.
It is the shining carpet.
It's
Wow, I
1-1.
didn't see
All right, gentlemen, here we go.
Back to Canyon.
Toy Story 2, when Jesse first meets Woody, who's played by Tom Hanks, of course, Jesse exclaims, "Sweet mother of Abraham Lincoln." What is the significance of this sentence? Is it 1, Abraham Lincoln's mother often dressed up as a cowboy and insisted that you call her Tex?
It's got to be it.
Is it 2, Abraham Lincoln's mother was Nancy Hanks, a blood relative of Tom Hanks? Is it 3, Abraham Lincoln's mother was named Jessie? Or was it 4, Abraham Lincoln's mother was also shot in a theater by a man named Woody?
Canyon.
I don't think it was Woody, right? It was somebody else that shot him.
He's Canyon's thinking this through.
Yeah.
What say 2 and 3 one more time?
2 and 3. Yeah. Abraham Lincoln's mother was Nancy Hanks, blood relative of Tom Hanks. Or 3, Abraham Lincoln's mother's name was Jessie.
3?
3.
3? Team,
Yeah,
what do you say?
Wait,
3?
Canyon, you're saying 3?
I think 3.
You think? You'd be wrong.
Oh, no.
You'd be wrong.
So it's Nancy then.
Yes.
Nancy Hanks.
Nancy Hanks, blood relative of Tom Hanks. That is
There you
correct.
go.
There we go.
It's 2-1 and for Gina.
And I'm
Gina
doing this all
controls-
by myself.
Gina's
controls
cheating
the-
over there. She's on that computer. I can see it.
All right, Gina.
This is what Gina's good at, doing this all by herself.
That's true.
Nothing else.
Nothing else. Gina, for Toy Story 2,
Yes.
Tom Hanks stated in an interview that he and Tim Allen sat down together and watched what scene that made them both break down in tears? Is it 1, Woody getting taken from the yard sale?
Okay.
Is it 2, when Buzz flies around the earth so fast that he reverses time to bring Jessie back to life?
True.
Is it 3, the Jessie's song sequence?
Oh, yeah.
Or was it 4, when Woody had to shoot Slinky Dog because he was rabid?
I cried in the Jessie song.
That is correct.
Yes. Everyone cried at the Jesse song.
I just won, by the way.
That's it.
That's the winning point. Sorry, Canyon.
Sorry, Canyon.
Sorry.
All good. I'm just glad I got a call.
Oh, see, look how nice.
Wow,
Canyon, you are the most gracious loser, and because of that,
I've listened to this like every day since I was a kid. So I was on my way to work. I was late. I was like, I'll call today.
oh,
yeah.
Canyon, your loyalty
Let's just
is
give-
going to be rewarded.
With
Give him
that
this.
kind of attitude, you still don't get the ticket.
No,
Oh,
Nate.
look at that, Nate.
No, Canyon, we're going to
That's
go
that
ahead
toughness from the NFL.
All right.
we're going to go ahead and give you these Cage the Elephant tickets anyway.
Hang on the line, Canyon. We'll get those to you. All right.
I gotta go.
Yeah,
I'm actually meeting Mrs. Zola for some marshmallow Rice Krispie squares. Ben Lee has joined us here in the studio, the Donut Critic, and he's brought us some tasty items from 43 Bakery.
Bakery.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, and Ben, so tell us the history of 43 Bakery.
Well, first of all, I mean, look what I'm holding. I'm holding a bouquet of croissants.
Well, did 43 do that?
Yeah, so 43 did this, and it's just a reminder that we have Valentine's Day tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
Can anybody go get a croissant bouquet at...
So they have them today, and they have a few for pickup tomorrow, but you can pre-order. So if you call in or on their website, you can pre-order these. So.
So if the love of your life loves croissants, this is perfect.
It's actually kind of nice looking.
It's not bad, I gotta say.
Well, croissants look kind of like roses if you think about it, the way they're...
Some kind of flower, yeah.
It's true.
So let's talk about 43 Bakery and what's it all about.
So 43 Bakery is born and bred within Salt Lake City. Even the name is Salt Lake City. 4,300 is our elevation, our average elevation.
Okay.
And so it was named after that. And if you have been to farmers markets in the past and saw streusel, then you're familiar with their treats as well.
Oh.
So, yeah, they've been around for a few years. They were in that commissary kitchen on 17 South.
Oh,
and then it's just really matured into a business, and now they're on about 8 South, 800 West. So,
and what makes them unique?
So their laminated dough, I think, is some of the best.
What's laminated dough?
So it's just the layered dough. So anything that you're looking at with croissants, puff pastries, like anything that has those layers.
Queen Amon is the queen of lamination.
Yes. Oh, Queen Amons are amazing. But yeah, what I brought into you.
Dean in Kearns has ants in his pants. Not angst, but has ants.
In Kearns?
In Kearns.
Okay. Because on this day in 1983, Valley Girl was released in theaters, and that's another song from the soundtrack.
What is that song?
Angst in My Pants by Sparks.
Sparks, that's right, Sparks. Couldn't remember the name of the band.
Yes.
I like that.
Pretty good. Pretty good stuff. All right, well, let's see. I believe.
Yes.
Time for the boner recap.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, let me find them. And do we have somebody?
Carly.
Carly, good morning.
Morning.
How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Yeah.
Pretty good, I'd say. Considering everything's okay. Carly, are you working right now? What are you doing?
Nope. I'm at home. I just made a frittata.
Oh,
I just made a frittata.
What'd you put in that? You can put all kinds of things in a frittata.
I had mushrooms, spinach, broccoli, and cauliflower.
That's egg-based, right? All of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had a potato crust on the bottom.
Oh, nice.
Well.
Nice. Now, do you have a little ketchup on the side of that?
I had some Mateo salsa, the best salsa.
Oh, yeah, there you go. I'm coming over. I'll be over in just a bit.
Bill will be over for frittata.
Save me a slice of frittata, will you?
Will do.
Now, Carly, if you can tell me who the winner of the boner candidates are today, you will win a prize, which is what, Gina?
Tickets to see The Used. Now, they've got 3 shows at the Union. May 3rd is sold out. May 5th and 6th still have tickets. The tickets you're winning, Carly, are for the May 6th show.
All right.
Cool.
Did you hear the boner candidates earlier, Carly?
Yes, I did.
Okay, well, this will be easy for you. Boner candidate number 1, ass or hole in the ground. He wouldn't know one from the other. The initiative that Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth bragged about ending on Tuesday was actually one that President Trump started. He touted it during his first term as a way of empowering women. But Hegseth kept saying, we're getting rid of this. And this is a Biden era,
woke.
It's terrible,
and everybody hates it. And
he's dumb. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Boner candidate number 2, inching closer to the end of democracy. Trump directing Secretary Hegseth and his Attorney General Pam Bondi to figure out a way that the U.S. military can be used for domestic law enforcement, civilian law enforcement.
Nothing to worry about.
No.
Perfectly normal.
And boner candidate number 3, because cruelty. 3 young children who are U.S. citizens, including one with cancer, stage 4, were deported to the Honduras with their mothers last week, according to ACLU and other advocacy groups. The 4-year-old had stage 4 cancer and was sent out of the country without consulting the physicians who were treating the child, or the child's medications. That was boner candidate number 3. Carly, who was the winner?
That would be number 3.
It was number 3. Indeed. So what do you got planned for the rest of your day, Carly, after the frittata?
Probably just work from home a little bit, do a little bit of homework.
Oh, good for you. Have a lovely day.
In the garden.
Yeah. Have a lovely day. Hang on the line and talk to Katie for a second, and she'll tell you what to do to get your used tickets.
There we go.
Oh, man.
Surprised to hearing, we've heard from a few different people the last couple of days who are working from home. I thought that was not a thing
Yeah, I thought
anymore anywhere.
The drive was to get you to come back to the office because we're paying so damn much money on rent.
Yeah.
Well, I think some places they do a combo. You know, they'll let you work from home occasionally. You know, maybe a couple of days a week.
Just kind of surprised, that's all.
All right. We will take a break. We'll be back after these with some big boy news and a penuendo. Stand by for that. Harmon's for Mother's Day. Of course, the flowers.
Yeah, Harmon's always has beautiful flowers.
Always, not just on holidays.
No, I always get my flowers there. They have pre-made arrangements, but maybe you know Mom's favorite flower. They'll custom do a bouquet for Mom.
You can order locally crafted bouquets made with love at Harmon's, and your mother will go, "Oh, wow, you do love me."
You know what you could craft for me, because I'm a mom? The bacon bouquet with Harmon's bacon.
Bacon
Yeah.
Harmon's bacon
Could
made
do that.
from natural pork bellies, smoked and thick sliced. Favorite high-quality meat available in a variety of flavors at Harmon's. I mean, you just don't have to go anywhere else for Mother's Day.
Really?
You can find something that any mom would like. Brunch items. Why don't you make up a nice charcuterie board for your mom with the cheeses and meats?
Get some fresh squeezed orange juice for your, what is it, with the champagne?
Mimosa.
Mimosa, thank you.
It's Harmon's. Go to your local Harmon's groceries for Mother's Day.
X96 presents the Catalyst.
Is moving into her dorm.
Wow.
You know, there's a story about that in the news today.
I have that here. That's what I wanted to talk about. So she's moving into her dorm on Monday.
How does she get so lucky?
Well, she applied for a living learning community, which is a separate above and beyond thing where you have to be accepted into this special place in the dorm.
Oh, she's one of those.
Yes. And she's super excited about moving into the... By the way, Monday, I don't know what I'm going to do. Bill's gone. Jonesy's moving into the dorm, and it's Muhammad's first day of school. So Monday's going to be a mess.
Yep.
What does that have to do with the show?
You know what it has to do with the show. Anyway, I have not missed a first day of school ever for any of my children in 27 years. And I'm not going to start now. We'll figure it out.
Hire a surrogate.
I don't know what...
We'll figure it out.
I don't... All right.
So...
As you're telling me today.
I know.
So Jonesy, this is how she works. She asked for some painter's tape so she can map out on the floor the exact dimensions of the dorm room and the exact dimensions of the dresser drawers, so she can simulate what will go where in her dorm and plan it out. Here's what I can fit in this. She drew her entire dorm on her bedroom floor and is mapping out what the dorm room is going to and where's everything.
I think you should have her looked at. You really need to have her looked at.
So we're going through, and she's not the only person preparing to move into the dorms next week.
If you throw a box of toothpicks on the floor, can she tell you how many there are?
Yes. But there's a problem, and Bill's referencing this because this was an article in the Tribune a couple of days ago.
Yes.
So the U is trying to get away from being a commuter campus.
Yeah.
They want people to live on campus.
Okay.
And they have said, if you are a freshman, you're guaranteed a room.
Oh, okay.
The problem is they have 700 more applicants for rooms than there are rooms.
That could be a problem.
And Jonesy, over the last couple of weeks, has gotten emails. Hey, if you're willing to give up your room, we'll give you $500.
Who will?
The school. The school is asking.
And we know that you have a home 10 minutes away from school. Maybe you could live there.
And the price keeps going up. The last one she got offered her $1,500. Now it's $1,500. It's $1,500 in school money.
Oh,
like
well,
you
that's
could put
not...
it. But you could put it toward tuition.
Oh, come
or
on.
Something.
Yeah.
But
how about credits at the cantina? You know, at the cafeteria.
I mean, I think you can use it on campus somewhere.
Do they sell beer there?
No. But it's a problem, and I feel really badly for these kids that are supposed to be moving in next week and don't know if they're going to have a room or not.
But you don't feel badly enough to insist that your daughter take the money and give up the room to somebody who's from Bozeman, Montana, and ain't got no place to go.
Nope, I don't.
Well, might I make a suggestion? Have her take the $1,500. And then on Monday, she can take Muhammad to school.
Oh.
There you go. Perfect.
I'm just trying to help.
No.
Yeah.
1,500? And it's just a one-time 1,500, not a month.
No, it's just...
The whole point is I need a place to live now, so maybe you should help me.
I think what they're hoping
Right,
is exactly
9:18, and it is time for some big boy news and Opinioendo brought to you by.
Tired of paying too much for concerts? Experience great live music, enjoy adult beverages without paying stupid prices at Salt Lake's coolest venues. Don't miss March 4th with Banshee Tree this Thursday, May 1st at the Commonwealth Room. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos said the traditional theater experience is outdated for most people and that audiences have made it clear that they'd rather watch movies at home. In an interview with Sarandos for the Time 100 Summit last week, Time editor-in-chief Sam Jacobs listed a series of troubles for Hollywood, including lower box office and a struggling Los Angeles film industry. He added that Netflix was thriving and pointedly asked the head of the streaming giant, how or have you destroyed Hollywood? Well, we're saving Hollywood, Sarandos said, before detailing how he believes Netflix is giving audiences what they want. You mentioned the box office being down, Sarandos said. Well, what does that say? What is the consumer trying to tell us? That they would like to watch movies at home. Thank you.
I mean, I think they want both. I like watching movies at home, but like I told you guys a couple days ago, my daughter and I went to the special screening of Pride and Prejudice because we thought that'll be fun to see on a big screen with the good snacks and the night. So I think people want both for different things.
And look at Revenge of the Sith this past weekend. It's been available to stream on a lot of services, but boy, people went to the theaters to see it.
Kind of fun to do it that way.
Sarandos noted that theater owners are fighting for a 45-day window to keep films playing exclusively in theaters before they become available to home audiences for streaming, and said that is completely out of step with the consumer experience of just loving a movie. He said that Jacobs, the Time guy, said many filmmakers and stars want their films released in theaters, and Sarandos said Netflix sometimes does that and also releases them theatrically to qualify for Oscars. He referred to Netflix films released first into theaters as bespoke releases. The company has released several prestige films theatrically before streaming them in recent years, including awards contenders like The Irishman, David Fincher's Mank. I didn't like that.
Yeah, I didn't care for that.
Jane Campion's The Power of the Dog, which I thought was pretty good, and Bradley Cooper's Maestro, which I never ended up seeing.
I did.
So.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
I love this story. Freddie Mercury refused to work with Michael Jackson, the king of pop. Why did he refuse to work with him? Because he brought a pet llama to the studio.
Well, that's the final straw right there.
Yeah.
I think the last straw was when Michael brought his pet llama into the studio. I think Freddie sort of took umbrage to that. The songs Victory, State of Shock, and There Must Be More to Life Than This weren't officially released as duets as planned during their lifetimes. The Post, the newspaper, noted that in the 2012 documentary Freddie Mercury, The Great Pretender, Queen's manager Jim Miami Beach said that the artist reached out to him about the unwanted guest in Jackson's home studio in Encino, California. Freddie rang me up and said, Miami, dear, can you get over here? You've got to get me out of this. I'm not recording with a llama. I don't blame him. Martin Short is signing on for game show hosting duties.
Doesn't he have enough going on? Why working so much, Martin?
He will officially be the host of another revival of the game show Match Game on ABC. Match Game first aired in 1962. It has been revived several times over the decades. Alec Baldwin hosted the 2016 ABC revival, which ran for 5 seasons until 2021. Match Game's cancellation was not related to Alex's accidental fatal shooting of cinematographer Helena Hutchins, but they just had wrapped up production. Match Game shows 4 contestants competing for $25,000 as they try to match the answers of 6 celebrities in a game of fill in the blank, and it's
wow.
It's
wow.
a really it is a fun game. It's very, very nice, and it's hard to beat the original celebrities. You know, the Charles Nelson Riley, and it just
Fanny Flagg
and Richard Dawson. You know, they were just great. Sydney Sweeney got close to her housemaid co-star Brandon Skellner while letting loose at the 2025 Stagecoach Festival this past weekend. The 27-year-old actress was filmed by a fellow attendee getting lost in the music while dancing directly in front of Mr. Skellner. Apparently, she's broken up with Josh Davino, and now it looks as though she's, and I guess I don't care.
Yeah, that's good.
Good for them, I
I'm
say.
surprised you went that far with this story.
Yeah. Sammy Hagar and Van Halen haven't been on speaking terms in recent years, and the Red Rocker has had a couple of theories as to why Alex is upset with him, with one being jealousy. Hagar recently released the new single Encore, Thank You, Goodnight, inspired by a dream he had about Eddie Van Halen. The singer and his all-star backing band of Michael Anthony, Joe Satriani, and Kenny Aronoff are set to kick off their Best of All Worlds Las Vegas residency tonight at the Dolby Live.
You're flying down there, right? You're going to go down for the...
Yeah, so, well, Sammy invited me down. But back in 2022, Hagar revealed that he'd been completely cut off by his one-time Van Halen bandmate, saying, Alex has got to stick up his butt about something with me still. Alex then completely ignored the Van Hagar years of Van Halen in his 2024 memoir, Brothers, with Hagar insisting that not mentioning that era of the band was blasphemy to Eddie Van Halen's legacy. Now in a new conversation, Hagar says, I dreamed about Alex the other night. Man, it was crazy. And it was so real. I mean, I was saying, what are you pissed off at me about, man? I mean, what the F? Now just tell me what your problem is. Like, what did I do? Just tell me. When the interviewer suggested that the feud may be because Hagar detailed the worst period of Eddie's life in his own 2011 memoir, Red, My Uncensored Life in Rock, Hagar said, no, that's not it. That's not it. I've had this conversation with few people, including Irving Azoff, who's their former manager. I asked him, what's the problem? Well, see, the problem is that I'm still out there doing it, and Alex is angry because he can't be doing it. He's not out there doing anything.
You're all rich.
Yeah.
Go home.
He's
Gina, you need to listen to the Conan O'Brien podcast with Bill Hader.
Yeah, I just listened to that yesterday.
Bill Hader has many Van Halen stories.
God, why would he have a lot of Van Halen stories?
Because David Lee Roth was a fan of South Park, and Hader worked on South Park, and they knew people who knew the band.
Okay. Oh, I'll go listen.
So go listen.
This looks really pretty scary. It's a new horror movie called Weapons, directed by Zach Krieger, who directed Barbarian.
Yep.
Which was, I didn't see that, but apparently
man.
He did.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Very scary.
Oh, man.
Was it really?
Yeah.
That was the Airbnb one, right?
Yeah. The last time my butt puckered like that was Babadook. You know.
Oh, really? I'll have to look at it.
It was scary,
yeah. But the great cast in this, Josh Brolin with Julia Garner and Alden Ehrenreich. Ehrenreich. I don't know who that is. But the cast also includes Benedict Wong, Austin Abrams, Amy Madigan. Really great cast. And I watched just the trailer just a few minutes
What's
ago.
it about?
With the sound. I'm not sure.
Well, we'll explore this on Geek News
Oh,
tomorrow.
okay,
How
good.
about that?
Yeah, because I don't know anything about it.
But I just watched the trailer with the sound off of during a commercial
Sound
break.
off is scary. Sound
And
on, more scary.
Even worse.
Yep.
Because the sound off was like I'm going, ooh.
Because they explain the thing. And
Yeah. I don't know why it's called Weapons.
That part I still don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
So talk
listen
about
to
it
Geek
tomorrow
News
on Geek News. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Julia Garner looks great in this, and it's just I don't know. It's very scary. Brett Favre. You want to talk about him for a second?
That's also very scary.
The alleged off-field wrongdoings of Hall of Fame NFL quarterback Brett Favre.
He did it.
Explored in a new Netflix documentary coming up called Untold: The Fall of Favre. It's on now. It's dropped yesterday. In the preview, the ex-New York Jets game day host Jen Sturger opens up about her claims about Favre sending her unwanted lewd texts and photos of his private parts. Brett Favre ultimately destroyed my life, Sturger says at one point in the trailer. And then there's all that stuff about him taking government money.
That's a separate thing. Yeah.
For a volleyball court, was it?
For a volleyball facility.
At his former school.
But it took money away from, like, poor people things that they needed.
Yeah, so he's a piece anyway. And if you want to just really get a whole snootful of what an awful person he is, I think you should watch this documentary, The Fall of Favre. It says here it doesn't debut until May 20th. They must have released part of it for preview. Anything else? So Gene Simmons is telling. So he says, if you want to be a roadie for me, you can. But you have to pay me $12,495.
You get to be a roadie.
It's very specific. He's saying that the price for that is due to the astronomical insurance costs. In a new interview with somebody, Simmons dismisses the fact that people would consider his roadie experience a ripoff. What do you mean a ripoff? He was previously asked about it. He stood by the price and lauded the roadie gig as a one-of-a-kind lifetime opportunity that he dreamed of as a kid. He took a similar tone in the new interview. Here's the deal. When I was a kid, I went to see Jimi Hendrix or somebody. Of course I enjoyed the show, and I really got off on it. We talked about it forever and stuff, and I don't know what it was like. What was the beginning of the day like? What was it like to sit and have breakfast or lunch with my favorite rock star? Well, that's what you'll get to do if you come and be a roadie with me.
You pay me.
Yeah, well, and he said, but it's because most of that money goes to the insurance, he says.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Weather?
Weather. So we've got spotty sprinkles today, a high of 63. A warmer tomorrow, 69. Warmer yet Friday, 76. How about 80 by Saturday?
How about that?
The next chance of rain looks like Saturday night into Sunday. Celebrate the creativity and teamwork of Utah's craft brewers and beverage makers at the Utah Brewers Guild Great Beer Mashup Saturday, May 10th at Woodbine Hall. Learn more and get your tickets at x96.com.
Thank you. Concert calendar next.
Listen to Radio from Hell and Home when you first wake up. X96.
All right. I think that Trent is there. Let's.
Is it?
Oh,
no, that's not it.
That's not it. Trent is there though. I'll get his guitar intro here.
It's Trent Falcone, Mr. Live Nation. Good morning, Trent.
Good morning, Radio from Hell.
Are you okay?
Were you out late at Posty?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. I haven't been to bed.
I was not surprised.
Jeez.
Yeah, I got home at about 2 a.m., and then I tried to go to bed, and that didn't work. So, we're just fueled on coffee, and it's a big list. You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Here we go. All right, Memphis Mayfire is tonight at the Complex. Tomorrow night, May 1st, Daughtry at the Complex, Silver Sun Pickups at the Union Event Center. They're great live if you haven't seen them. Here's a fun one. Obituary, Friday, May 2nd at the Depot. See you there, Bill.
Okay.
Bill and Scott at the Union Event Center the same night. Saturday, May 3rd, you have your choice of AWOL Nation at the Depot. You can see, well, actually, you can't see Spirit Box at the Complex because it's sold out.
Oh.
This is a fun thing for Used fans. So the Used, also Saturday night, doing Album 1. That's at the Union.
Mm-hmm.
I'm told it's sold out. There might be a few tickets floating around. Sunday, May 4th, the Adrian Harding at the Depot. Then Monday, May 5th, the Used are at the Union again doing Album 2. Tickets are available. Same night, you've got Chiatos and Hawthorne Heights at the Depot. Same night at Sandy Amphitheater, you have Jason Isbell. That's opening night of the concert season at Sandy Amp. Then, Tuesday, May 6th, you've got night 2 with Jason Isbell at Sandy Amp, and you've got night 3 with the Used doing Album 3 at the Union. How's that?
That's good. As Jason Isbell, he was a drive-by truckers guy, and then what was the band he had?
The 400 unit, I think it's called.
Yeah.
So the Used is skipping Sunday so they can go to church. Is that right?
Must be.
I'm assuming so. Yes,
Okay.
I assume so.
All right.
And then on sales, we've got Friday 10 a.m. You've got Haim or Hayam, depending how you want to say it. October 4th, Great Salt Air. Circle Jerks coming to the Depot October 8th. That should be crazy. Air coming to Sandy Amphitheater. That's September 30th. Ken Carson, the Plaza at America First Field. That's August 22nd. And Ailstorm, September 27th at the Complex. Here's a mixed bag for you for giveaways. You can have 2 tickets to see Obituary May 2nd at the Depot. You can see night 2 of Jason Isbell at Sandy Amphitheater. Those will be lawn tickets. Or you can see night 3 of the Used May 6th at the Union Event Center. All of those will be in will call. I told you that was a list.
Nice.
Go to bed. Go to bed.
So call 877-602-9696 for those tickets. First come, first serve. Just tell Allison what you want, and she'll get them to you, but you've got to be the first one to do it.
I think the Jason Isbell band you were thinking of is Drive-By Truckers.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Trent. Go to bed.
Night.
Good night.
Nighty night.
There he goes.
Other things that are going on this weekend, I have a couple things.
All right.
Friday, you have Sister Wives at the Stateroom, Citizen Soldier Live at the Complex, and Foxy Shazam over at the Complex as well. I believe it's going to be on they're splitting the Complex into their 2 areas. Also on Friday, you have the Salt Lake Spring Home Expo. It's going to be at Mountain America Expo Center. And then Saturday, you have the Triggers and Slips over at the State Room. You also have the 2025 Tour de Bruta, the Bark at the Moon at the Gateway. You can bring your dogs over to the Gateway and enjoy some time there. Cinco de Mayo Fiesta over at the Mill Creek Commons on Saturday. Crazy Daisy Mother's Day Market. I had to say that slow. I practiced that. I'm not going to lie. That's happening at the Mountain America Expo Center. And then we had these guys on just a couple days ago. It's the National History Museum of Utah. It's the Utah Food Festival workshop that's going on. That is happening on Saturday as well. All weekend, you have the 2025 Plaza Palooza Spring Concert Series going on over at the
someplace.
It's at the ski resort that has not Solitude.
Snowbird.
Thank you. Wow, that was a hard one. It's been a week, you guys. Also, Zooluminate's still going on at the Hogle Zoo, and then you can join Grand America. It's the Mother's Day Tea at Grand America happening on the weekends up until the 11th, which is actually Mother's Day. So that's going on, and then farmers markets aren't going to start up until end of May, beginning of June-ish. So I'll have more of those later on in the month.
The winter ones are done, right?
Yeah, winter one is done, but the spring ones will be starting around the end of May into June, and I'll have all of those ready for you when they start.
Okay.
But that's what I've got for this week. I'm sure there's more out there, but you can always go find the links over at x96.com.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks, you guys.
No excuse to say you don't have anything to do. There's lots to do.
Always plenty to do. All right. 9:41 right now. We will take a break, play a song, crawl towards the exits. Coming up after these, stand by for all of that. RenaissanceRanch.com.
It's an addiction treatment center. Renaissance Ranch, locally owned, operated addiction treatment center by people who got into the business because they had problems in their own family, and they figured it out. And they figured out a way of treating people for drugs or alcohol addiction that's very effective. Renaissance Ranch is designed for male patients specifically, and it's a judgment-free, faith-based healing based in clinical research as well. And if you've got drug or alcohol problems in your family, as we've experienced, this is a really great place. I've talked to them extensively. I've talked to the people who run it. They are recovering addicts themselves, and they have great sympathy. They understand exactly what addiction cycles are. So help is there. Schedule a free consultation by going to RenaissanceRanch.com. That's RenaissanceRanch.com. They accept most private insurance plans and Medicaid. When I was in Rocky Horror, I said, "You come up and watch it. You might like it." No, I don't think I don't know. But they came up and fell in love with Rocky Horror.
Really?
And it really was a great production. Those actors up in Ogden were just terrific, and so they fell in love with the show. I think saw it again, did a painting or a drawing of Frankenfurter based on the actor in the play I was in, and had me give it to him.
Oh.
Said my youngest child wanted
Really
you
nice.
to have this. Really and it was a really good. They're a very talented artist. So anyway, I got some tickets, and I think I'll go with them and with her friend, with their friend. And I said, well, call Marikai, the friend, and ask if what night and if they can go. And got that all arranged. And I said, so it's okay? And they said, yeah. Marikai said when they heard you were going, oh, yay, we can have a Sleigh Bill moment. I said, what? A Sleigh Bill moment. A Sleigh Bill moment. I said, what does that mean? Well, it's slang. It means it's a good thing. Don't worry. It means they like you. So I'm looking up the slang. Have you ever heard anybody say that?
No.
I've not heard it in that usage.
What I find is, sleigh. As for the saying sleigh, it's generally found in gay and black female culture. It can be used whenever a person looks self-confidently good, acts in a self-empowered way, or does or achieves something spectacular, especially in the face of some challenge. And then I look further, and it says, you might want to use it in the same way you would say something is good soup.
Good soup.
Yeah, now that means, well, it means what it sounds like.
Yeah.
But so if you're
I'm still not sure what we'll have a Bill Sleigh moment.
we can have a Sleigh Bill moment.
Sleigh Bill.
It means an insightful. I don't know. I still am kind
It's
of.
a positive.
It
it's
is.
not a negative.
No.
I don't think. See, I've only heard it used.
So, like Slay Queen is where I've heard it. You're killing it.
Like you're killing it. Yeah, exactly.
That outfit is killing it.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah.
That's how I.
So it's a Kill Bill? No.
How are we having a Sleigh Bill moment?
I looked in another dictionary, and it said when something is good soup. Sleigh can also mean.
I don't know what that means.
A sleigh moment is when something is good soup. Well, so good soup is like if you eat something, particularly soup, and you go, "Hey, that's good soup." But if you do something cool, you say, did you enjoy that? Yeah, man, it was good soup.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
I haven't
that
either.
one I've not heard.
I haven't either. But so it's similar to that apparently. Sleigh moment when something is good soup.
Well, I think
So what they were meaning is, it'll be good soup for us to go together.
And this is when you were in the show.
No, this is last night.
You're going.
When I arranged
Okay,
it.
because
I'm going to go with them.
Yeah, because if it was you were in the show, then maybe it would be, you would slay.
No, it's just I think.
You killed it in that show.
Yeah.
Really.
What I finally took it to mean was, their friend is looking forward to spending some time with me because they think they like me. They think I'm funny or probably they think I'm weird.
I think we're going to need a full report after you go, and I would ask the friend to identify the moment the sleigh happens.
Maybe I'll try and clear.
There's the sleigh.
Maybe I'll try and clear this up tomorrow. I'll have my kid get a hold of the friend, and I'll even ask, may I talk to the friend and just
say the sleigh.
Kind of lay this out for me if you would, and then I'll report back tomorrow.
You used the word sleigh.
When my child said that, I went, oh, huh?
Huh?
Huh? It's a good thing. Don't worry, it's a good thing. So I'm going to take it to mean it's like good soup. It's good soup, Dad. It's good soup. Okay.
I think, okay. We need a follow-up.
Yeah. And,
all right.
Or if anybody out there, if you know what my kid is talking about, somebody says in the chat room, I asked my kid about these slang phrases, and they can't really explain them. They just say them. Sleigh Bill.
I'll ask my kids tonight.
Yeah, use it in a sentence, please.
Okay. Well, a Sleigh Bill moment.
Oh, wait,
that's
we have
what
a
was
young
said.
person here.
Nick,
Well,
can you help out?
I could have hopped in a while ago, but I kind of wanted to see where you guys.
Am I
would take
close?
it.
Am I close to what
I
this
think
is?
you're just overthinking it. I don't know where the good soup came from, but
right here in the Urban Dictionary, sleigh
'cause
moment when something is good
that's
soup.
the authority, right?
Come on, it's lovely
you
weather
crushed
for a
it.
sleigh bill.
You did great.
Together.
Yeah, you slayed.
I think this is accurate because the word vagina is in there too.
What?
What's the
I
Urban
know-
Dictionary, Gina? It has to be in there.
I know it's very popular in like drag communities. Say a lot like "you slayed, Queen," and and-
That's where I've heard it.
Yeah, and my
That's killing it. That's,
yeah,
that's,
exactly.
That's how I've heard it
But
used.
having,
which
having
is
a
why,
sleigh bill moment.
Yeah.
I think that was the exact quote. What does that mean?
I think it is just an amalgamation of everything that we talked about and their personal affect.
All right.
So yeah.
Yeah,
when
it's
I
a
was-
good thing.
When
It
I was
is,
at- when I was at
100%.
when I was at Lagoon this weekend, my kids kept saying this ride is totally sleigh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I
Friday
get.
is totally sleigh.
Mm.
And spending time with me will be totally sleigh is
Okay.
what was meant by that.
I think this conversation is devolving into when I told my therapist one time, I'm solid. And she's like, what is solid?
How old is your therapist?
Yeah. Older.
No,
You're good.
No.
Things are good.
Yeah,
You're good.
like you're overthinking it.
Yeah.
100%.
No, I think what your therapist was asking you is if you. No, I don't.
Here you go.
She said solid. I like solid. Like that is good.
Well, what do you mean by that?
A texter just said, this just in, sleigh and good soup are no longer trendy slang. The death of the lingo was brought about due to a morning radio show discussing the terms.
You'll
So,
never hear them again.
You don't have to worry about it.
Excellent.
We killed it.
Excellent. We slayed it.
No,
No.
did we?
What?
Somebody says, I think they're both of.
It was definitely if you know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Ibn Ozen A-E-I-O-U, sometimes Y is the name of the song.
Oh, that's right.
A classic.
Mhm.
Yes.
You want to go out?
From a very long time ago.
We used to only have that on cart.
It was hard to find.
When you say cart, that's like an 8-track. Looks like an 8-track tape.
That's what we used to. So when we used to, like say at KJQ long ago,
The olden days in Ogden.
you would get a paper log that had all of the songs on it.
Yep.
And I would do this for Carrie because I worked overnights, and I would pull all of the music, meaning I would pull all of the CDs out of the wall and line them up in stacks so he could come in and do the morning show without having to pull music. And most of them were CDs, but every once in a while you'd see a little cart in the stack.
I was there too, you know.
Well, I pulled them for Carrie because Carrie would be the person who would be putting
I
them
know
in the
that.
machine.
But so when Kerry would come in to do the morning show, I did it with him. I was in the room.
You were in the room.
I did the news.
Yes, you did. And you smoked while
I
you
did.
were doing
Yeah.
it.
I did. I
studio.
always had a cigarette going.
Now, did I tell you to pull the music, or did Mike tell you?
I think that was just sort of tradition.
It was a courtesy.
I think.
Okay.
I don't think you told me to do it. It was just sort of the nice thing to do for the whoever was coming in after you.
Because I remember I got in an argument with Kid Craddock when I was at Color 95 doing overnights.
Mm-hmm.
Did he ask you to do it?
He said, why isn't my music pulled? And
Oh.
I said, nobody told me
Oh.
that I was to do that. And he goes, well, I'm telling you. And I didn't like his attitude, so I said, well, you're not my boss. So I talked to the PD, and she said, no, you don't have to.
Oh.
And so the next day I didn't. I worked there for a week. He got me fired.
I don't think we ever. I don't think we ever pulled music for who came on after us. Was it Bruce? No.
Middays?
Midday. It was
it
various
was Mike.
people.
Wasn't it Mike?
Yeah, but you guys were doing the morning show. It's different.
Yeah.
I think the other shifts, and typically for the other shifts, you wouldn't pull the whole hour or the whole show. You just pull their
pull the
first hour.
Yeah. That's what I did. I pulled the first hour, I think, for Mike.
Yeah. I smoked.
And you smoked.
And did the
smoked.
news.
I sat there and smoked. I was in the room.
You were there.
I was there. Just
Okay.
make that clear.
Ready to...
Yeah.
Prepare to be polled.
I'm ready.
The Radio from Hell Expo happening tomorrow, starting at about 7:45.
The question, what is something that you have in your house that most people probably don't have?
I've got one of these.
I got two of those.
I've got a whole shelf dedicated to those.
Radio from Hell, lousy with these things, Thursday morning here on X96.
I don't know what it is.
I smoked. That's what
And
I
did the news.
And did the news and smoked and answered the phone.
You did lots of things.
I did stuff. I was there.
Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Grow up, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
I was grow the F up,
Well,
Jeffrey.
Or